everything right.
Hell
Come
yeah.
back, guys. Get on our knees, get off those, and tell it. I can't rhyme.
Welcome everyone to tonight's Cataclysm of Hyrule campaign. I am the GM and creator of the campaign, Buck Finn. For everyone joining us tonight, welcome. Before we get started tonight, we're going to go over our introductions. We'll go over our all of the cool stuff that we have going on, and we'll get right into it. So, first thing I would like to talk about is our Discord server. The Discord server is where everything happens outside of the campaign. It is the easiest way to keep in touch with everything. And case in point, last week, I did have something that came up, so we were not able to broadcast last week. So we took it to Discord, and I notified everyone that we would not have a broadcast last week. So if this is something that last week you were kind of blindsided by, you couldn't figure out why we were broadcasting, most likely you're not in our Discord. So the link to our Discord can be found on our link tree. Lido has posted the link to our link tree in chat. You can click that, and our Discord link, as well as all of our other links, will come up. We have a Facebook page, and we also have on our link tree. We also have a Facebook page, and we also have our YouTube page. Facebook page does a number of things, including creating event reminders for these events. So if you're not part of it, absolutely get on that as well, and it'll help you keep in touch with our broadcasting schedule. We do... Welcome! Happy to see you made it through the intro. We broadcast on a bi-weekly campaign. No, I'm sorry, we broadcast our campaign on a bi-weekly session. 1 week we will do the campaign session. Another week we will do what's called a chat session. The chat session is when we do not broadcast the campaign, but we talk about a number of things that really kind of either tie into the campaign or things that really interest us. So, we've had some interesting chat sessions. I do encourage people to attend these chat sessions because if there is any questions, concerns, curiosities about the campaign or about the mechanics of D&D or really anything that we can talk about or can help with, that is the best time and forum for it. And then our YouTube channel, our Cataclysm of Hyrule YouTube channel. So these campaign broadcasts end up getting uploaded to our YouTube channel. And in addition to it, we create these really awesome and often these thumbnails that kind of hint at other things that really tie into either what has happened in the campaign or what is about to happen in the campaign. And we often talk about that kind of stuff during our chat sessions. So I will say that we have, within like the first 5 sessions, we have dropped hints on those thumbnails of things that are still going to be, have yet to be uncovered in this campaign. So it is one of the things that I personally really enjoy doing. And all of our episodes, including the campaign and our one-shot, can be found on our YouTube channel. And we also create playlists on the YouTube channel that make it more easy to navigate our sessions. I believe we are now on session 49. So we try to make navigating as convenient and easy as possible. We are in the middle of updating our format, our broadcasting format. So as we go into tonight's campaign, you're going to see some live alterations that are happening just kind of in real time, fresh as we are broadcasting, because, well, that's how we do it. But before we get to tonight's broadcast, we We got a note that Stefan will be a little bit delayed. Gully is not currently with us, and he may or may not be delayed. We honestly haven't heard anything from him, so if he joins, it would be a great thing, but if not, we understand that this is a busy time of year. We are now have entered into December. There's lots of holiday parties and, shopping and just all sorts of stuff. It is easily the busiest time of the year. So, these things do happen, but also on that note, thank you for tuning in and spending time with us. So, let me take it over to what I think is the right scene. And okay, so as you can see, we have been working. I'm going to make this a little bit better. Okay, so as we do these introductions, I'm going to see if I can start to alter this stuff a little bit nicer. So we are going to start off with Deacon. How you doing, my friend Deacon?
Me doing okay. Busy days indeed. Got a lot going on now, so but kind of fun.
That is
working very hard.
That's good to hear. Deacon
also napping very hard.
Rest is important. Rest is absolutely important. All right, so you know what? Let's take a moment and see if I can do what I plan on doing. And so let's see. So we got this add-on for OBS Studios, which is the software that we used. And this actually came as a recommendation from Lido, who took it upon himself to do this research. And although everything that he has brought up is great, it is, much as many other things, it is a work in progress. But let's see. You know what? Deacon, give me a hello.
Hello?
Okay.
Hi.
So what I want to try to do is hold on, let me. The ultimate goal is, since we do cut off the cameras during our broadcast, we would like to have some type of indication of what everyone see, light up bubbles of when people can see that people are talking. That is the ultimate goal. And we're going to take a moment to do this with Deacon, but this will... All right, give me another hello, Deacon.
Hi, gozaimasu.
Oh, that looks so nice. Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to...
Oh, wow, that looks perfect. Good job.
Yes, all right. So let me fix mine, because I don't even know if I'm going to keep mine, because, this... I don't have a cool token. But for the time being... Good, thanks. Okay, so I'll just throw me down here so I don't need to mess with me. But yeah, okay, so ultimately, as we're going through introductions, this is what it's kind of going to look like. And as I said, we do not currently have Gully with us, I believe, because now I don't have access to chat anymore. So let us... Oh, damn it, I messed it up. Let me cut that. All right, that should work okay. So the next and final introduction before we get into it is Lido. How you doing, Lido?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing fantastic. I am the person that you will see the most, because I'm 8 feet tall. And just so that we know, don't forget to like, subscribe, punch those buttons, ring that bell, do all the things that are good for us, leave comments, blah, 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 blah. Just because we read them, we get back to you if there's any complaints and things that can make it better. But please remember to do all that stuff. Negative, that stuff.
Yes, very true. So, any thoughts on how this session is going to go? All right, as I slide you down here. So I believe that we have had some okay. All right. So before we get going tonight, we have had a number of reintroductions to the campaign. Due to Stuffin has ended up in Lon Lon Ranch. And with that, we got the reintroduction of Malin, as well as kind of like refreshing that we do that Lon Lon Ranch and the NPCs there are a thing. So the last time we were in Lon Lon Ranch, Leto had gained an affection for Malin.
Yes.
So any particular plans for how Leto is going to readdress that?
Yes, but I can't do it until I actually do it. So, it's like spoiler territory.
Ooh.
And I don't want to make people actually want to watch and be like, wow, he's an idiot, or yay, he's going after a girl.
All right. Fair. Okay. So, you guys have spent a fair amount of time with the Fire Temple, kind of solidifying the followers for Gully, who was the first Fire Sage of the campaign, and really just kind of like ironing that stuff out in a very positive way. You have changed the entire biome of Dodongo's Cavern, which is what we are looking at, into a much more pasture-friendly environment. And just ultimately through your own actions have really changed not only like the physical landscape, but the political landscape and so many other things about this campaign in a very positive light. So,
it works.
Yes, works very well.
We come back in 2 weeks.
Actually good.
Hell yeah. We come back in 2 weeks and all the grass is dried up and it's a giant fire hazard. The entire place catches on fire and everybody dies.
Well, I've done what I had to do. It's up to them. Sorry.
Fair.
Plot twist. Also, I want to read. Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt. This is my scene. I apologize.
Go for it.
I was going to say, chat, Daniel White is visiting us. He says, I haven't been here in a while. Did you get to the point in the campaign where Deacon finds out that he's actually Ganon?
Want Leto to lose his mind at that moment?
I want this so bad.
You don't want that. Leto go crazy and have to try and kill you. We know how that's going to end.
That's true. You will probably succeed. You are almost. Are you level 20 yet?
No, I'm only level 8.
Then you're fucked.
I have some pretty powerful spells.
I'm just messing with you, sorry, buddy.
I know a spell, damn it.
True. Oh god, you have shape change, so you can be the Silver Lionel now.
Yes.
man.
Change, I have, enfeeblement, I have all kinds of things that I can throw at you.
We still have the mind break spell. Feeble mind or whatever.
I do have feeble mind. Plus,
the minor difference would be very severe somehow.
it's going to be perfectly fine, because you'll turn into Ganon, I'll fight you, I'll kill you, I save up enough money for reincarnation, or true resurrection, and then put you into the body of something else.
True. That's kind of funny.
Are you guys just recycling ideas for what to do with the turbo at this point?
So, I wanted to talk about that, but let's save it for Over's character.
Okay, well, you know what? That seems like a good note to end introduction on. Is there anything about the introductions that I have neglected to mention at this point? I believe
I'm Azora. Deacon's a Deacon. He's a bard. I'm a druid. I had to think of that for a moment. I'm like, what am I in this game? Yeah.
I'm a level 20 swords bard. Level 19 swords bard with 1 level in aberrant mind sorcerer. Because sometimes things get weird around here.
Yes, I do love
usually that's my fault.
So, all right. I do believe that we have... Did we wrap up at the end of a long rest at the end of the last episode?
We are on a long rest because currently Leto is a cuckoo waiting to wake up often.
Leto is...
He wanted to be woken up early.
Okay. So, funny how that works out, because we do not have Stuffin with us. But, let's roll with it anyway. So, you know what? I will say that stuff. You know what? I'm going to say that Stuffin has entered into a very deep slumber.
It's in a coma. Oh no!
And
rifle through his pockets.
Yes.
Give me a tentative sleight of hand check that will serve as his DC.
I will guide you in my chicken form.
Thank you.
I can do that now.
Hell yeah. Alright, so I'm going to do the D4 first.
Alright.
3, loving it.
Not bad.
We're going to do the sleight of hand check. Loving it. 27.
Okay. Alright, so since Stuffin will be unconscious during this act, Stuffin will be making this check at disadvantage. Are we looking for anything besides what I believe we are looking for?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Alright. Being as this has happened, prior to him waking up, and yeah, I will say that there's no way he is going to meet or beat a 27. So you come into possession of this item, and being that you have not begun your day in possession of this item, it does not activate until you have completed your long rest.
Excellent. Nobody would love me. That was kind of funny, actually.
All right.
Come on, Mr. Frodo. Throw it into the lava. I'm sorry. Come on, Mr. Deacon. Throw it into the lava.
Listen, Frodo didn't throw it in the lava. I would just like to point that out. Frodo failed.
Yes, but he was possessed by it.
Listen, that's no...
Deacon hasn't, tuned to it, so...
Yes. So, that being said, how would you like to start off your day?
Alright.
Disintegration.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Disintegration would maybe work.
True. You want to give it a shot?
You don't have disintegration, otherwise I would.
Oh. I just burn my wish immediately after waking up. That'd be kind of funny.
Let's see, is there anything I can do? Well, here's a question, Puck. If I give the dice to something that is conjured, does it take it with them when they leave?
Now, when you conjure something,
Yes.
not summon something, you are creating it into existence.
Yes.
So when it ceases to exist, it doesn't leave the plane of existence. It simply ceases to exist.
Okay.
So, yes, I am answering without answering, but it is a strong. The mics are. Okay. You know what? Maybe we're getting like a feedback on them. Hold on.
Oh, is this any better?
All right. Let's see. Let's see if this works any better.
You know what? Yeah, I think you're getting feedback on my headset. I'm sorry. Let me adjust that. Did not realize that was happening. Okay. This is how's this sound? Is this any better? Maybe we could all talk a little bit and see if that works out.
All right. Let's give it a clear talk. First, am I coming in okay, Fuzzy? Now we can barely hear Deacon.
Okay, hang on. That's because I turned my sensitivity down. Give me 1 second. Let me turn my sensitivity back up.
Okay.
Okay. Hopefully this is a fair, middle ground.
No, I'm looking at the audio mixer, and Deacon, you are barely registering.
Oh, really? It's like my volume?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me go
That's
quick.
weird.
Lito, give me a quick mic check.
Testing.
Yeah, it's doing the same thing. Hold on, let me check the settings.
Testing.
All right, let me try. All right, Deacon, give me a talk again.
Hello? Can you hear me okay? Is this kind of working out? Not sure if this is,
No, let's try it again.
Hello? Can you hear me? Let's just check in. Sorry, I don't actually know what to say for this stuff.
No, you're fine. Okay, so what I'm looking at the audio mixer when I have my headset plugged in. When my headset's unplugged, you guys are coming in okay, but I think we're hitting feedback on my microphone. And if I plug in my headset, you guys are it messes with the player mic volume. Okay, now it's okay. Like my audio mixer is showing that the volumes are okay. I just want to make sure that there's no double talk or feedback. So let's see. Lido, what are your 3 favorite colors?
Light blue, red, and green.
And what about you, Deacon?
Cyan, red, and gold.
All right. Okay, just checking in with chat, making sure that audio came through okay.
Yes, it did. I can tell you it did.
Okay, awesome, perfect. All right, great. We are back in business. Okay, so you have begun your day, and we have committed to a sleight of hand
burglary
that we will potentially disclose at some point. But yeah, so now we are trying to figure out what to do. And yes, conjuring something and then releasing it from existence has no effect on alternate planes of existence. So, any other thoughts on what you could possibly do with this item?
Checking my spells.
Mm-hmm.
So, while Deacon and Lido are trying to access their spell lists and seeing if there's anything that is powerful enough to do what they're trying to do, I would like to...
I have an idea.
Okay.
So I will look at Deacon and go, well, I can take it outside, or actually I can do it right here. I can open a transport via plants and we can throw it through. I have a spot that's in Gerudo Desert.
Honestly, I tried something like that once and it just came back to me. Like, I buried it in the ground and then pooped on it for good measure, and yeah, no, it's still, it came back to me the next day. And it was stinky.
Let's see.
So I would like to take this moment to point out that one of the running gags about pretty much any D&D campaign is how players will often have a tendency to way overthink a situation that is not nearly as complicated as they often imagine it would be. Such as spending 20 minutes to push on a door that was a pull to open, or or putting out like a puzzle in a dungeon that the GM got off like the back of a cereal box. And I'm not going to say that this is the situation that's occurring right now, but I am definitely not saying that this is not what is happening.
Do you hear what that means, Lido?
Yes. This is simpler than we're thinking.
I think he's saying level 9 disintegrate will do the trick.
Probably.
Okay. Well, wait, hang on. I need to know if that's a save or a projectile, because it could be dangerous. I've not used disintegrate ever.
So, you know what? Since let us bring it up and learn this as a group.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna post it in chat. It's yeah. Casting time 1 action, range 60 feet, duration instantaneous. A thin green ray springs from your thin range. The target can be a creature, an object, or a creation of magical force, such as the wall created by Wall of Force. Dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 10d6 plus 40 force damage. The target is disintegrated if this damage leaves it with 0 hit points. A disintegrated creature and everything it is wearing and carrying, except magic items, are reduced to a pile of fine gray dust. The creature can be restored to life only by means of a true resurrection or a wish spell. Automatically disintegrates a large or smaller non-magical object or a creation of magical force. If the target is a huge or larger object or creation of magical force, this spell disintegrates a 10-foot cube portion of it. A magic item is unaffected by the spell. And if I cast it at 9th level, I get an extra 9d6. So it's 19d6 plus 40.
Okay. So, level...
Before we do that, I have another idea.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to watch me, because I'm going to turn back into Lido form, into the Zora form. Let me get... So, what if this is actually a, what is it? I'm forgetting the word. What if it's a, phylactery?
Oh. Oh, shit,
What if it's specifically, a big man's phylactery? Did I try the sword on it first?
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Ah, shit. We've tried so hard to avoid using the sword, though. Damn.
I know, but if it's that simple and all I have to do is tap it and then it's gone,
I mean, that's true. That's true. Plus, we could potentially, we could fuck up Reggie, and I'm all about fucking up Reggie.
Do you want me to try it?
Ah, fuck it. I can't see any other way to do these phylacteries, so we might as well just dig ourselves a pit. I literally just, I can't even resist it anymore, to be honest with you.
Okay, I will reach into pull out Fate Render and tap the dice with it.
Fate Render has no effect on the item.
Okay, just checking.
Hit it really hard.
Okay, I fall back and try and hit it really hard.
You hear the voice of the voice of Fate Render call out in your head. It says, "Ow! Well, that was unnecessary."
Oh God!
I put the sword away.
That's oddly verbose.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess disintegration is what we got.
Alright. So, kind of scared of the spell, to be honest. I really don't want to hit anything on, it's a dex save, not an attack roll.
So.
I don't think I can make a dex save.
Yeah, hopefully an inanimate object cannot make a dex save.
You want to do it in the temple by chance?
Yeah.
Integrates things, and then you're going to leave a patch of, nothing. And Gully can, mess with the temple, so.
That's true. Okay.
Well, this disintegrate spell dictates that you can target. Where is it, Turbe? Where is it, Turbe? That's an excellent question. So has a I think a Turbe is still outside.
Should be with us. Oh, he was in here.
Last
time I checked.
Yeah. He was in here at one point. I don't remember. I think we just kind of left him do his own shit, and then because we had stuff to do. But yeah. This is a side thing, but one of the things I want to think of is okay, so here's the thing, right, that I thought of.
Okay.
technically speaking, this ow, fuck, Harper, ow, oh, fuck, that really hurts. Sorry, 1 sec.
So,
is you thought we should give the dice to a Turbay?
For the purposes of establishing a Turbay, I will say that a Turbay and Bell are the last place that you have seen them is inside the temple. He was conversing with the members of the Fire Temple, trying to, as far as you can tell, trying to get an understanding of why these people were so eager and willing to give up their lives to kind of follow, be part of a temple and follow a sage that, although he does have, tremendous respect for Gully and appreciation for his, everything that they have been through over time, he doesn't understand how everyone has just so willingly, up and, so drastically changed their lives. So the last place you have seen him, he was conversing with them, trying to get a better understanding.
If he comes up with one, let me know.
So this is completely unrelated to the dice. Well, maybe not. Anyway, so here's the thing, right? This Bongo Bongo is not exactly an original part of him, right? It's something that was done to him. It was a magical effect that was applied to him, or a personality, or
logically,
right?
yeah.
As far as we have determined thus far in the campaign, Bongo Bongo came about as a result of the torturous actions that Bacalon has put him through. We have not gone into the origin story of how Bongo Bongo was created, or in depth of what he is. But there
maybe it's
is
time that we do. Sorry,
it is kind of, but it is also at this point there is there is a connection, and that is what we definitively know thus far.
Except for Stuffin, who actually knows how phylacteries are made. He could tell us.
I mean, he could give you an overall view, but he couldn't tell you, specifically the... there's not a chapter on a Turban Bongo Bongo. But he could... in a way, he could devise, the method, or have with information of the story, he could connect things to what he found in the text.
We can ask him that.
True. So, also, I was going to say, what if we gave him the princess treatment?
Throw him through a portal?
I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, chuck him through the magical delineator.
Oh.
The Yiga tunnels.
That would actually be pretty interesting.
I just want to see what happens. Probably won't work, but I want to see what happens.
Never know, it separated my sister from her bad thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I could provide information given a decent Arcana check. I could point out aspects of what the situation you're suggesting is, depending on the Arcana check.
I know this is kind of meta, but technically, Lito, you know more about this than me, right? What's your Arcana thing?
Mine's only a +4. Nope, mine's a +8.
Oh, I have a flat roll. Okay. I'll give you an inspiration if you want, and give yourself a guidance.
I will do both of those. What we get?
Okay,
that's a 20 so far. We'll do...
Not a bad starting off point.
Ramp it up, baby.
Now it's a 27. And a 29.
All right, 29.
Altogether.
So are you content with the 29?
Do you mind if I eat a cookie?
Yeah, go for it. Here, I'll send some right now.
Is it a D4?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So
a 32.
32. 32 is pretty solid.
Excuse me.
I'll stay with 32.
Okay, so 32. So we are going to Leto is going to revisit the events that separated his sister from the corruption. And one of the things that is notably worth pointing out at this moment is that at the time that it happened, the corruption was an active part of Princess Rudo, where currently Bongo Bongo is not. So with that, I would say that you are. Hold on a second, I got a cough. Excuse me.
Sorry about that. I had to.
Okay.
Sorry.
So at the point of separation, the corruption and Princess Rudo were one and the same. Whereas right now, Bongo Bongo is on a different plane of existence, looking to return to Iturbe.
That makes sense.
If you and so I would say that there is a fairly high probability that in its current state it would not work. If you were to do it when they were actively bonded, it would work. But I think you might have to find a way to subdue them both, much as you had also subdued Princess Rudo during this event. But with a 30 plus on an Arcana check, I would also say that there's going to be a very hard definition of this progression. So what's going to happen is there's going to be, you are going to start to see, as I have mentioned previously, Iturbe suffering physical signs of the return of Bongo Bongo. And as these signs worsen, there will be a brief period of time where Bongo Bongo has actively returned, but in his weakened state, he is in a conflict with Iturbe, trying to see who gains control of Iturbe's body. It is something that Iturbe will eventually lose, but there will be a point in time when Bongo Bongo is in Iturbe's body but does not have control.
So, Deku,
Damn.
we need to figure out when Iturbe is trying, or when Bongo Bongo is trying to come back. And if we have that moment, we bring him down to where, the Igatongos are, and then we just push him through, and it might separate him. He has to be here at the same time that Bongo Bongo's here.
Ooh, that sounds perfect. It also sounds kind of fun. I'm happy and surprised that might work, but I thought it was worth a shot. I've been thinking about that since last night.
Okay. But we need to check on Iturbe, but first, let's do the dice.
True, okay. Alright. So, let's head into the temple.
Okay. So heading into the temple, you find Gully is inside. Gully is inside the temple. Gully is.
He's got his own bedroom, remember?
Yes, but Gully is fully awake, but he is kind of very much indisposed at the moment, with a lot of his temple goers just kind of like pining over him and doing things that zealotous people do.
I feel like Gully is like 2 steps away from just getting fanned with palm leaves.
Pretty much. It's something that I yeah, I feel like it is something that he would in the beginning very much enjoy, but I feel like it also is something that can get a little annoying at times. So
probably.
I mean, how he takes that is completely up to him, but nonetheless, it is what you're able to see. Is there anything specific or anyone specific that you're particularly looking for as you make your way into the Fire Temple?
Round before I get to wasting my wish on this. Well, sorry, not wasting. I mean, disrespectful.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I want to make sure Turbe and Bell are still around, so that if I need a different spell to like do something with them, I don't like use it up. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, I got you. Lita, what's your passive?
Passive is... I think it's a 21.
Okay, just because I know your passive
21.
is higher and you're traveling together. Okay.
Yep.
So I would say that you are able to find a Turbe in a much smaller crowd of that which is gathering around Gully, and I will say he does look tired, like he has had a rough night's sleep. Belle is right alongside of him, and she looks refreshed. But she is staying very close to him. What would you like to do?
I would like to call out to Turbe, and yeah, how do I put this? Honestly, I just kind of want to drag him over to flex on him. I feel like that would be kind of funny.
Correct.
Flex away.
Like, all right, so, yeah. While Gully is getting the adoration of his followers, and Turbe looks on in confusion, I'm going to slink over and sneak up to Turbe. And yeah, I'm going to like gently poke him in the side. Hi, Guzaimasu.
He responds in a very startled fashion. He was his head like darts over to the side at which you poked him, and he goes, "Oh."
I am wearing a cheerful smile.
Good morning, Deacon.
Nothing else.
God. You look like you haven't slept a bit, Turbe. What's going on?
No, I slept fine. It's just so it's probably just the heat from the mountain. It's nothing really. And
I feel Turbe. I feel like you're full of shit, buddy. Come on, what's going on? Wait, hang on, I have to do this.
Okay.
Turbe, you think that, not everything. Come on, buddy. What's going on?
All right. Would you like to give me insight or persuasion?
Honestly, persuasion.
Okay, give me persuasion.
Is that okay? Okay, thank
Absolutely.
you. I appreciate this. 31.
Okay. And he kind of like turns to the other people in the temple, and he's like, "Hey, he goes, you know what? Thanks for the good conversation. I'll catch up with you guys later." And the 6 of them part ways and start to go about their other business. And Iturbe kind of like leans into both of you guys, and he goes, "Can I ask you a question?" He goes,
Iturbe,
You can ask more than one. We don't mind.
Iturbe, I think we're making friends now. Like, I live. Sorry, I like the cut of your jib so far. You can ask me anything you need to, and I'll be happy to answer.
And he goes, "Well, I feel like I had some weird dream last night."
Like a bongo type dream, or like just oh no, I'm naked at school type of dream.
It felt like it was like it was a feeling, you know. I mean, there like I saw things, but I didn't see bongo, but I could feel him, if that makes sense. And it was this just really kind of weird place where it was a lot like you know where we are, but it was different. And the sky was this like red color, and there was just lightning, and I felt like a draw.
Oh no!
Like,
What does that mean?
Not that like something was necessarily trying to pull me, but that something was trying to pull Bongo, and I was kind of being pulled in that direction in a like tethered fashion.
I look over at Leto and I say, he had one of the sage dreams, like when we found Rudo at the hotel.
Oh.
It's one of those. He got a glimpse of... Did you see any thrones and such at Turbe? Did you see anything, or was it just the lightning and such?
I mean, it's hard to say. I didn't see thrones, but I saw something in the distance, in the way that I felt that I was being pulled. But I kind of felt that I was a good distance from whatever it was. And I kind of, before anything could really happen, I just, like, Belle, I woke up and I was just covered in sweat, and Belle was just shaking me, calling my name, telling me to wake up.
That must have been scary. I'm sorry, Turbe.
Well, I mean, yeah, I feel a little tired, but, you know, I don't fully kind of understand what has happened. I mean, it's probably nothing, you know, bad dreams happen.
Oh, no, that's something.
What do you mean?
Not that kind of bad dream. Well, see, me and Deekun had kind of a dream like that, but we were actually awake. And since you're actually tied to, Bongo Bongo, it might mean that he's starting to wake up and is thinking about coming back soon. So I think we might
sounds like we have a couple days, but
yeah, probably a couple of days, but well, hopefully a couple of days. We don't know. This is the first time we've ever actually experienced this. But we can try some stuff to see if we can fix it, I guess.
I had an idea that doesn't involve the other things that you might be going through or might have potentially been put through. So, but we don't know. Like, we have reason to think that it'll work to separate you two, but at the same time, it's going to be a long process with a lot of work, and it has to be done at just the right time, or it won't work.
What do you mean?
We're not going to kill you. That's going to be the biggest thing.
That's good to know.
So we'll be completely unharmed.
I would prefer to not be killed, yes.
Understandable. But yeah, you will be completely unharmed, I promise. And, yeah.
See, we did this thing with my sister where there was a bad thing inside of her, and we made her go through this, like, little spelling type thing, and the bad thing went away, and she was left behind. So, if we can do kind of the same thing to you, we might be able to figure out how to get rid of Bongo Bongo from you.
He nods. And he says it's an ancient Sheikah enchantment, so it might even be something that you could learn to replicate in case you ever get threatened to come back with something like that.
So, what would happen to Bongo Bongo at the end of this?
Well, it would be separated, and then at that point in time, we have to decide, is he a good sage possibility, or if we should get rid of him.
I mean,
kind of hoping that, once we separate him, you would be like, don't worry, everything's okay, we'll get you back to your temple, and then he won't attack us since the two of you are bonded. But if he doesn't, then we kind of have to figure out what to do with him.
Well, I mean, I'll put it right on the table. He's not good. Like me and him have spent a long time together. He is he is not a good entity.
Okay, then we take care of him when he pops out. Simple enough.
Deku nods.
Okay.
Done it before, we can do it again.
I mean, it sounds like you guys know what you're doing, and it's the most.
Lito's just shaking his head. No, he doesn't.
It sounds like the most solid plan that we have so far. It doesn't involve me dying, so I'm happy about that.
It will involve you dying of a normal life.
What do you mean?
Then you won't be kind of immortal like you are right now.
I mean,
it also means you and Belle will be free to do whatever you want and have, lives and babies, and then have them grow up and then have grandchildren and then die of old age. So there is an outcome to not having him in you.
He goes, well, I mean, technically...
I guess the spell already destroyed her phylactery. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah,
I don't want to interrupt.
He was, I am... Belle is what bonds me to this plane. Not Bongo Bongo.
We can do the same thing to Belle. We get rid of Bongo Bongo, and then Belle can just go through, and then she's no longer your phylactery, and then the two of you just live a happy life.
And he kind of turns his head to see how Belle feels about this. and she, like, squints and wrinkles her face. And she goes, we'll
It doesn't hurt as far as I know.
We'll spend some time thinking about that part. Would you like to insight that?
Sure. Let's see how bad this turns out. Oh, 21.
Insight. Belle is hesitant to remove herself as Aturbe's phylactery because she still wants to protect him.
Okay, then think about it this way, Belle. If you stay as his phylactery, someday you're still going to die of old age, and then he's going to be around longer. So is it the right thing to do? Maybe. If you stay the phylactery, you get to have a nice life with immortal version of him, but you're still mortal. So someday you will die, and then Aturbe will be left by himself until his natural life then dies. Think about it that way.
I think that we have bigger things to focus on right now, and being that Aturbe is in some potential danger, I think that this part of the discussion needs to temporarily be tabled. We have more pressing matters to tend to.
Well, it can't be tabled since there are no tables right now. So, you can floor it, or you can, ceiling it or lava it, but no tables.
I'm pretty close to lavaing this.
Okay. So, and we won't make you guys do the thing that is actually good for the both of you. Okay, so we'll just worry about the, bongo stuff then.
It sounds like a good place to start.
Okay. So, Deetun, do you think we should go and try it now since he's already having the dreams, or wait a little bit longer?
I feel like we should give it a day or two. He doesn't seem like he has the bongo in him yet.
I just feel that we're going to be busy in the next couple of days, and if we're not here, then bad things will happen.
True.
He's like,
well, do it this way.
I'm coming with you guys, right?
Go ahead. Yeah, you'll come with us. It's just we're going to be going to places that we really don't want to destroy, and if you, for some reason you bongo out, it'll be bad because then people will be like, oh no, they brought the bad guy here, and then we had to fight him, and look at all the destruction type of thing. So if you can hold it in, it'll be good. If you can't hold it in, then it'll be bad.
Well, I will definitely try my best, regardless of where we are or what we're doing, to hold it in as best as I can.
Okay. So, and if we're not doing that, did we do what we were going to do, Deekun?
Oh, true, yeah. I guess I'll take it out and I will place it on the ground. I'll take the die out and I'll place it on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. I politely touch Aturbe's hand and tell him to stand back from the dice. I'm about to cast Disintegrate, and I don't want anybody to get hurt.
An auspicious silence fills the room.
It's really bad, and we need to destroy it.
Okay. Yeah. It's bad. Destroy it.
If you haven't seen what's If you haven't seen what Stuffin's been doing the last couple of days, it's because of this dice. And if we get rid of it, then Stuffin goes back to normal.
I did think that Stuffin was acting a little weird, but I really haven't known him long enough to make any judgments on the matter. Disintegrate.
The person that's known him like 3 or 4 days longer than you. Disintegration is the only thing we can come up with. You throw it in the lava, but there's a chance it'll go back to him.
Yeah, it would.
If we destroy it, it'll be gone.
I'm
Unless
okay.
you want it.
No. I don't even know what that is. So.
Oh yeah, then just stand back with me and let Deekun do his thing.
I brought him. It's like, how do you know you don't want it if you don't know what it is?
Yeah, I mean,
give it to you.
It just looks like something I don't want. I mean, I don't just go around wanting things. That would be weird. You know, I'm not weird. You're weird. I mean, you're not weird, but you know, I'm not weird either. So, you know, we're all just not weird.
No, I'm weird. Trust me.
Yeah, nothing weird about this.
Yeah.
Nice. Let that freak flag fly.
Yes.
I play the legendary bard song "Nasty," but it gonna match my freak.
Okay, Deekun, do your thing so that way we can move on with our lives.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Pew.
This is true. Alright. But first I want to insight check at Turbe.
Alright.
I want to see how weird he is. Because I recognize that tone in his voice as being weird. So.
Fair.
Right. Where's my insight?
Luckily, Stuffin has not just appeared, and he's going to try and stop us, though.
9. I get nothing. I had no information whatsoever. Hi, Stuffin.
Hi there. I appeared and I just heard you talk about being weird.
Okay, Stuffin.
Yes.
First action before we get into anything. Give me a perception check.
I don't even have dice. Okay. I got to die.
Okay.
I think that's a 16. I think it's a 16. I can check if it's important.
Okay. So, all right. You know what? Honestly, let's just roll with the 16. Quick question. When we wrapped up the long rest, where were you and where are you now? As the party has the party is in the fire temple right now. Gully is dealing with his people. Well, actually, more his people are dealing with him, and we have Bell, Aturbe, Deacon, and Lido in the fire temple. Where I believe most people long rested out in Dodongo's cavern, but where are you currently?
I think I was probably long resting, not in the fire temple, but in the cavern, because that's where I stayed the last night.
Okay. Wait, in the cavern? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still resting, or because so up to this point we have simply narrated that you have been sleeping. So at this point in time,
okay,
you have woken up. You have found that you are no longer surrounded by the party. They have all woken up and have started to do things pertaining to the morning of the day. And I'm also going to narrate that as you wake up, you feel fine.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I always feel fine.
But you feel fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry here. I gotta go get some food. Maybe I'll make something for everybody. A big old platter of eggs and some hash browns or something like that. Just throw them in the floor of the fire temple, and they'll char up nicely in about 20 minutes.
Okay. So we're operating on about a 20-minute window before we converge together and have enough meal prepped for breakfast. Okay. So the action, we're running the action as described. Deacon, yes.
The previous
Yes.
action or the current action?
The current action that you were about to commit to.
Okay. Well, to be honest, honestly, I want to just like stop at the last minute one more time, just because it's funny. And I want to go. Technically speaking, this doesn't work against magical objects. Wouldn't that mean this doesn't work?
Okay, but really, oh no.
I don't know.
Worth a try.
No, it absolutely is, but I was just curious if anybody has any insight on that, potentially.
I roll Arcana to see if it's actually going to work at all.
You can, but my personal recommendation, since this has already actually been discussed, is a history check. I mean, you can roll Arcana, honestly, and I will give you an Arcana answer if you roll it.
Out of game, I'm just saying that out loud to beta Turbe.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm literally just saying that.
I got it.
We already got the answer to this.
Yes. A 10 is appropriate. Is good enough. So in trying to beta Turbe into a reaction,
Look, Gully's here too.
Hi, Gully.
Welcome.
Hey, everyone.
Turbe is maintaining his very poor, aloof demeanor. Yes.
Dang.
Why do you have to be so unflappable, Turbe? Yep. Alright. Carry on then. Disintegration.
Right.
I cast it at 9th level, Disintegrate.
Alright, give me damage roll.
Alright. This is gonna be fun. I've never rolled this spell before, or rolled this many dice at once before. Alright. We're rolling 90. Hooah.
Plus 40.
Yep.
Holy crap. That's 99 points of damage.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to check something. So the short answer is it absolutely disintegrates. But I'm going to check something real quick.
Damn, I rolled like... shit, and it's terrible.
Yeah. Just it was 1 point away from a power word kill. Oh boy. I got a bunch of these opening up.
Really? My god.
Okay, so let's see. 19 times 6. Alright, so 114.
Sorry, bro. You're cutting in and out again.
Yeah, sorry. I'm kind of talking under my breath as I do some math real quick.
Nice.
Okay, so you just by literally 4 points of damage completely obliterate this thing. So I will say nothing more on the matter, but a slight wind comes off of the lava flow and busts and kind of like blows the ash remnants of the deadly Sendai just into thin air. So with the 10 on the history check, just to elaborate, the deadly Sendai was not a magical object. It was a magical object that it was an object that conjures a magical effect. And this is going to be a very important distinction later on, which is why
I don't quite understand that. Okay.
What was that?
No, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I understand the difference, but that's okay.
Oh yeah. This is, okay. So in the beginning, while Stefan was sleeping,
FK. I'm sorry.
Okay, so when we first got on, we had a sleight of hand, which was a 24, to pilfer the deadly Sendai off of Stefan. Which is why I had you roll that perception check to see if you noticed that it was gone against the sleight of hand. So, and when you woke up, like, you felt okay, like you felt yourself. Gully, you being in the fire temple, which is where this disintegration occurred, you noticed the spell being cast. I would say at this point, like, currently you were being bombarded by your followers. So I would say, like, when the spell was cast, that kind of like gave everyone pause, and you noticed that Deacon Leto, Aturbe, and Bell were kind of congregating together, doing something that resulted in this spell. In fact, I would say that Stefan, with it being upcast at 9th level, it would create an auditory effect that would also pique your personal interest. So, we'll start with Gully. Gully, what do you do when you hear this spell being cast?
I mean, I'll go check out what's going on.
All right. So as you come, you kind of notice that Deacon Leto, Aturbe, and Bell are kind of standing in like forming a semicircle, and there is a piece of just scorched earth at their feet. Or not, like, the earth itself isn't scorched, but there is kind of like a blackened area of like soot where the spell was cast.
Okay, what do we have going here? Or what did we have going here?
Well, you see, we decided that we should do something about the issue that was going on with the dice, and came up with a plan, and then we disintegrated it.
Oh, okay then.
Hey there. What you all up to? It smells like disintegration in here.
Well, you know the dice that you had that was really like a pain in the butt? Well, it's gone. We disintegrated it.
Okay. Okay. It kind of made me feel awesome, I gotta say, but I understand why you did it.
Stefan, if things make you feel awesome, I'm sorry for you. You should be awesome yourself and then have things. Needle advice.
Okay. But I have breakfast, and eating breakfast makes me feel awesome. You want to feel awesome with me and eat some breakfast?
Yes. What are we having?
Oh, I've got eggs and hashed potatoes.
Perfect. Let's go to breakfast. Ellie,
Shouldn't
you
make
even have
bacon.
to ask. You're coming with us, right?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right. So
I'll pick up Deku and put him on my shoulder.
there we go. The party retreats back to Dodongo's cavern, where they take a moment to enjoy breakfast and plan out the actions for the rest of the day.
It was my thought. I thought we should go to Lon Lon Ranch, see people there, and to apologize because I don't know what Stuffin did there. We just should be like, yes, this is Stuffin, and he's nice to meet you. Whatever he did, we're apologizing for, so that way, no hard feelings.
I don't think I did anything.
Well,
I mean, I melted a lamb, and we tried melting a cuckoo, but that didn't work.
well, we'll do that, and also we'll check to see if your wizard place is there. Maybe it's hidden. Not a good idea.
Sure. What's her? Malin was really nice. I wouldn't mind meeting her again.
It'll just give you an eye, like. Oh, we'll finish breakfast. We'll go to Lon Lon. We'll see about what's going on there, and then since we're close by, we can go to Robbie's and see if he's still okay. Unless he went insane and has a monster sister now running around. Unless anybody else has something they want to do.
Nope, I don't.
Okay. So, finish breakfast. Decoon will come back. Or not. Or no. Then we'll teleport over to Lon Lon Ranch. Say hello to everybody. Check to make sure everything's okay. About a wizard's cave. So, I don't know. Something that might be hidden. And then go visit Robbie.
There we go. That sounds like a solid plan. Hold on a sec. Let me just make sure that I get these trap bubbles going good. Alright. Gully, give me a how you doing?
How you doing?
There we go. Alright, that one looks good. And I'm going to give me another paste. And let's find. So, for those who are just tuning in, we are in the process of trying to get chat bubbles to light up when people are talking, and this is how we are doing it thus far. So let me get Lido going. Alright, Lido, give me a how you doing?
Hello.
Alright, let's make you a little bigger. Alright, that should do the trick. And now we got stuff in. Let's get stuff into bubble going. Another one, and we'll find yeah. Let's find stuff in on here. And there's the stuff in bubble.
Okay, I'm really sorry for my surprise absence.
No, you're good. We are just we're in the process of fine tuning the chat bubbles. Alright.
Nice.
And other than that, we're going to have breakfast and then do the things that we have to do for the
cool.
day.
Hell yeah.
All right, Stefan, give me how you doing? I think.
Hey, I'm here.
Huh. Was that Stefan? Hold on, I didn't get you to light up.
Yes, that was Stefan.
Did he? All right. Well, all right. I think we got them all lined up properly. All right. So now we are okay. So heading over. Would we say to Lon Lon Ranch?
Well, breakfast first, and then
Yes.
Lon Lon Ranch.
We are currently eating breakfast and discussing plans for the day. Okay. So the last time Stefan was at Lon Lon Ranch, there was he had spoken of a memory of a person that he remembered from his original world, his original timeline. Oops, excuse me. When he, sorry, I'm just kind of like fine-tuning this as we go. Yeah. So he had spoke about somebody from his original timeline, somebody that he was kind of sweet on. So there was also, he had discussed that the area that is Lon Lon Ranch was in his timeline a magical university. So the thought is that maybe if we go back there, we might find something that we didn't know was there to begin with. All right. So, as you continue to enjoy your breakfast, are there any other plans and thoughts for the day?
I'm going to start druid crafting some flowers that are very unique because I want to arrive on the right hand, foot, right, whatever.
Fair. All right, you got to turn it into like a nice bouquet.
Oh yes.
All right.
You're just going to go overboard and probably make like 3 or 4 bouquets just because. That way, if she doesn't like one, he'll just keep switching it out. Like, what about this color, or this color, or this color, or this color?
Nice.
Fair. Good. Absolutely, Lita. That is something that is very on par for Lito. So, as we do is, how are we going to get to Lon Lon Ranch?
I can teleport his plants, or Deacon can teleport us, or Gully can teleport us.
Or Stuffing can teleport you.
Or, yeah, I forgot. Stuffing can teleport us too. I don't know. Do we want to lay...
But listen, I'd rather walk through a tree.
Okay.
All right.
So I guess we're Rovia planning.
Right.
I don't know. I like the smell of teleporting through plants. It's more enjoyable.
I'm with you, Stefan. I like going through via plants as well, in trees.
So we just have to go outside then, and then I can do it.
Something about being close to nature and traveling via nature. So awesome.
And that's why I'm a druid.
If you had a
Nature
big
is
enough
awesome.
Deku scrub, could you travel through him into a different plant?
I've never tried, but I would think yes.
Neat. I am teleportation. Yay.
Well, if I were to shrink myself down, can I just fly right into your mouth? Come out of a different plant?
Nice.
Maybe.
So
Anyway, we have to just go outside the cave.
So is there a plant at Lon Lon Ranch that you could teleport to?
There's a tree there that I've memorized. Or
Okay.
actually, there's also the plant growth that I put right by her door that is big enough to plant growth through, or Olivia plants for. I'd rather do the tree so that way it doesn't look as creepy.
You're bringing like bouquets of flowers to her just so you can teleport to her more easily? Is that what?
No. I'm bringing the flowers because of the fact that I like her.
Okay.
And
It's
last
not like
time
you're
I
being
kind of
creepy or anything and just want to be able to like appear on her doorstep whenever you want.
No, I put that there so that way she would have fruits and vegetables that she doesn't normally get. That was about it.
Oh.
Fair. All right. So you head out of Dodongo Cavern, and you find your way to your favorite teleporting tree right outside of Dodongo Cavern.
And I draw the line, and then I open the tree and go, everybody through real quick.
Whee!
All right, and you wee all the way to Lon Lon Ranch.
Nice.
All right, let me get you to Lon Lon
So
Ranch.
you guys can look around for the wizard thing. I'm going to go.
So let's make sure that looks good. All right. So, what feels like, a fairly...
So,
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so just to, narrate what you're...
I was just gonna say, I like... Sorry. Once we get there, I'd like to give Lito, enhanced ability on the Riz, and, also an inspiration. That's all, sorry.
Okay, so as you come through the portal, I mean, from your perspective, it does feel like it's fairly early in the day. However, life on the farm pretty much starts when the sun comes up. So, you go and you kind of pop through, and the farm itself is just teeming with energy. You hear the galloping of horses in their enclosure. You can hear cows and cuckoos, just all mooing and clucking and going about their business. But you don't immediately see anybody as you make your way through the portal.
Fine. We'll just start walking towards the house, I guess, guys.
Okay.
So you can also
that
let
works.
them know what we're doing by just, visiting.
All right, so you make your way to the house, and what would you like to do?
Yep, to the house.
Let's knock on Melon's door.
All right, so as you knock on the door, you hear a very quick, you hear almost what sounds like a pot dropping.
Knocking on Melon's door.
So some rather quick scuttling across the floor, and then a very weakened voice yell out, "Come in!"
Well, time we're walking. The good news is when they'll have the flowers in my mouth. I should just be me.
So you.
Deacon's gonna conjure a little illusion with minor illusion for Lito, and it's just a little poster that has a picture of a. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say it's just a little picture with a poster with a picture of a bee on it, and it says, "Just be yourself." That's all. Sorry.
All right. So you you open up your door, or you open up the door leading to, and you see on the far end of the room, all tucked into a bed with the
I think you're cutting out again, Puck.
Oh, hold on a sec. Let me just give it a sec to buffer. Is that better now? How about now? Have I completely cut out? Hello?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
We can hear you now, but it's been a struggle.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so you pull up.
Yeah, totally going out.
Yeah, the stream is hearing you fine. It's just on our end.
Okay, it's the Discord again. Is it coming through a little more clear on Discord now? I'm guessing. Hold on a sec.
Got a whole sentence that time.
Oh, all right. Improvement. Hold on, let me check. Let me see if I can do something on Discord.
We can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Now it's back to how it should be. All right. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you open up the door to the main house, mm-hmm. and you see Malon's father tucked in bed with the blanket pulled all the way up to his neck. And as you come through the door, he looks pretty surprised to see you. But then, like a hand comes from beneath the covers, and he points over to the hearth of the fire. And he goes, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry, but in my weakened state, I seem to have dropped my food, my bowl of stew. Could you?" And you do in fact see a bowl of stew next to a much larger pot of stew on the fire. Would you help an aging man?
Not a problem. I got it. I put the flowers on the table and I grab the bowl, fill it up, and bring it over to him.
So
I use prestidigitation to slightly cool it off to the perfect temperature, so he can eat it right away.
You guys are so kind. What would I? What did I ever do without you?
Well, you've only been here, but this is the second time, so I don't know. But I can heal you if you need.
Oh no! It's these old bones. You know, they prevent me from doing any real work around the farm.
Let me examine you. I'll find out what's wrong with you, and I can heal you up so that way you can get back to reliving your life again.
Oh no! That's
no. As someone who cares about people, let me check you over and make sure that I can fix you. And maybe it'll look good for other people who live in this house that might look at me and be like, "Oh, you're so helpful," and I'd be like, "Yes, I am."
I suppose it couldn't hurt to take a look, but I'm telling you, I'm very old. And...
No. Just eat your soup and let me check you.
And he starts to like. He at this point he had probably taken about 3 bites of the stew, and he ate it absolutely fine, and now once he is you are offering to examine him, he goes. It pains him to take the next bite. He goes, "Oh, my throat! It's so dry and scratchy, and I don't know what I'm going to do."
I just put my hand on his head to see if he has a temperature or anything. And in doing so, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 1.
All right, give me a medical check that is going to see how like this entire thing goes.
It's an 18.
Okay. You cast cure wounds at him, and he is so obviously like he there's nothing physically wrong with him.
Well, he should feel better now anyway. So
I think that I'm resistant to healing magic. It's just I don't know. I'm some type of a medical anomaly, and just it seems like whenever one thing feels better, another thing hurts. And he goes, my neck. It just yesterday it was my back, and the day before it was my legs, and now it's my arm, my neck. It hurts.
My diagnosis.
Can I rub your neck here?
Oh, please! That would.
I'm gonna hover. I'm gonna hover behind him, flying in the air, starting to rub his neck.
Oh, that feels so nice. Oh, thank you. I'll say it again. I don't know what I would do without you guys. You've been here for such a short period of time, and you've been so attentive.
If you need to go to a real doctor, we can take you to a real doctor too.
Oh, doctors don't know anything. They'll just. I've been to doctors, and they just say that I'm fine. But what do they know? They don't understand.
Understand what?
Things. Like they'll just. They tell you what they think, and they don't know. They'll tell you take this pill or to wrap this up, and they think it'll make everything better. But no, just everything. I'm like an old wagon. Just things are constantly breaking down.
So.
You're
not better after I checked you and made sure that you were okay.
He goes, a little bit lower, my hovering friend. I fear that it's starting to radiate down my backwards again.
I have an idea of how I can fix you. And I take his stew bowl and I go back and fill it up some more. And then I druid craft habanero peppers and crush them up and put the seeds in his food and mix it up. Be like, yeah, this is a killer way of making sure that you're okay or not.
Hey, Lino, I think he's just old.
I think trust me, once he eats this, we'll see if he's okay or not.
Okay. I'm getting kind of old too. I mean, I could try some of that. Could I try some of that also?
I can give it to you too. So I do the same thing to a bowl for stuffing. So they both now have habanero pepper with seeds to eat.
Okay. So as you bring the bowl over to Malon's father, rather than accepting the bowl, he just kind of like opens his mouth.
You take this ball, I take this other ball, and on the count of 3, we take a shot at the same time. Just down it. You and I together. The gray-haired beauties doing it at once.
Yes, we'll show these youngins what it is to handle stew.
Yeah, I don't want to be served by them. I'm better than them. Ready? I count of 3. 1, 2.
And I just shovel it into his mouth.
Yeah, I'm doing this again. 1, 2, 3. Go.
Here comes the what's
train?
Airship.
Nothing.
And you could see his neck start to redden, his eyes start to water as he immediately jumps out of bed like the grandfather from Willy Wonka and darts across the room to where there is a a jug of Lon Lon milk.
I think he seems fine.
Didn't.
And he just starts like downing it, and it is like going. He's trying to chug it so much that it's going off the side of his face. It's like, flowing down his what's that? His like nightgown robe, and
Oh my god,
Stefan,
dude,
this is painting a familiar picture for you.
Yeah, man, tough it out. We don't need the milk for that. Drink the milk if you're thirsty, man. But I feel like I should make a con saving throw or something against this.
This is going as well as that time we tried Korean food, Puck. Oh my god.
Oh my god. That was so fucking spicy.
Like, that was literally me, bro. Holy shit. I think did I get 2 gallons of milk down or something like that before I stopped crying for 20 minutes?
That was some brutal stuff.
It was really good until I started crying.
Yeah.
And then all I could taste was tears.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Tears and
is this like
pain.
real life?
Yeah, in real life.
Okay.
There was this Korean joint that I wanted to go to really bad, and I found out I couldn't hack it.
What was the name of that place again?
Korpot.
Yes.
K-O-R-P-O-T.
Corp. Yeah, so Stefan, if you are a glutton for punishment, absolutely try it.
They have.
Oh,
you have?
I don't remember. Yeah.
No, it's really good food. I can't do spicy food. It's like one of my medications or something. I don't know.
Well,
and I just can't handle spicy food.
I might have also not ordered the right things.
Fair.
But yes,
I wanted to get the Korean fried chicken because I was sorry. This is off topic.
No,
we'll talk about that later.
Never off topic.
Fair.
But yeah,
good food is always on topic.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
But yes, fair point. I will say that Malon's father has failed the con save, but Stefan, give me a con save on this.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that. Second. I don't like that nat 3 for the first one. Like 17.
Okay. I'm going to ask Lido, would a 17 be a successful con save? For the amount of poblanos that you have imagined you've put into this.
Honestly, yeah, because I wasn't really trying to hurt anybody.
Okay. So Stefan, you feel the heat, but you are able to kind of like, you were able to handle it, and everyone just kind of like views Malon's father just, downing this Lon Lon milk, and the moment that the pain subsides enough for him to notice what he's doing, he just kind of stops. And he puts the jug down. And
I think you look okay.
He wipes the milk from his mustache. And stands up.
Did not taste just like. Did not taste just like the first time you fell in love. And you're kind of like upper teens, and there's that like passionate fire in your heart, and it's like, oh, that's what it felt like being kissed for the first time.
And he looks at stuff. He's like, I don't know who you have kissed, but and he's kind of like starting to like wring out sections of his nightshirt, and he's like, but that kicked like a horse. So
But he said the same thing.
He goes, I'm sure that you haven't come to solely pay me a visit, and clear my sinuses and massage me as much as that has been appreciated.
Nope. We've actually come for 2 specific reasons.
And what might those 2 reasons be?
Leto, being so much taller than him, will bend down and be like, first, you want to see if there's a magical wizard academy here. And second, I would like permission to marry your daughter. Just kidding. I have permission to date your daughter, actually. She says okay. Not if you say okay.
Well, I mean, as per the first thing, I have no idea what the heck you're talking about.
And that's about right. If it's here, it's magically hidden, and maybe you don't know where it is. It's a good thing.
I mean, I've been here for a very long time, and I don't know if
Magic.
I would think I would see
Magic
something.
can hide things from the obvious eye. I don't know. It could very likely be that you see it, but don't realize you're seeing it.
I mean, I suppose that could go for anywhere. Why here?
I point to Stuffin, because it used to be here in his timeline.
What do you mean?
One of the most prestigious magical colleges all around. I mean,
timeline.
are you sure the Lon Lons aren't just hiding it someplace? Timelines?
So you have come to play jokes on an old man. Is that what it is?
No. This is honesty. We've come to look for a special magic school that he went to, again pointing to Stuffin, that might be here under your own nose.
It's called the East Western College of Arcane Wizardry and Technical Studies. And if you can't tell from the name, they are just a little deceptive. So, and there's lots of illusionists. So it could be hiding right under maybe this Lon Lon here. And he moves the Lon Lon. No college there. Sorry. Well, someplace.
We're going to look around for it. Don't worry, we're going to look around for it, and most likely nothing's going to change. You'll be happily whatever, and you'll never even know they're here.
Maybe
that's what we're going to do.
Could Malin show us around?
Yeah, she's over in, tending to the Lon Lons. You can go ask her. Maybe she knows about a hidden magical college somewhere.
And Leto will literally run to the door and run out looking for where he's supposed to go.
Does Leto realize that he completely did not answer the question about dating Malin?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's okay in his mind.
And he just kind of holds up his finger to answer the question by the time
outside.
Yeah. And so after Leto darts out, he kind of turns to the rest of the party. He goes, that is a peculiar young man, isn't he?
He has his moments, but he has a big heart.
Well, that's
heart big enough for all of us.
That's good to know, but I do believe that it is time for my post-morning nap, and I must clean myself up before I...
Can I press the digitate to clean him up?
Absolutely. Sir, look at that. Magic, right?
In fact, Deacon kind of realizes that he's been the least helpful of everybody. So he's going to say, if you have anything else that needs to be cleaned up, I guess I could do that too.
Did you guys clean up the spilled stew?
No.
Because, well, I mean, I did drop that bowl over there, and I suppose the floor could use a sweeping, and the windows do look a little dirty, I suppose, and there's some loose shingles on the roof, and the horses' bridles and saddles haven't been oiled in a while, and I guess like some lawn could get mowed, and the holidays are coming sooner or later. Maybe some decorations can be put up. Yeah, I mean, maybe a few small tasks if you so choose.
I don't know if he's saying that to scare me off or if he's saying that because he will accept my help.
He is 100% an opportunist, and he will work you to the bone if he could.
That's hilarious.
Like, for those who have not picked up on it, like, Malin's father sees people like they only have worth for how they can make his life easier.
Damn, that's kind of cold. Okay.
It is not intentionally malicious, but it is a very big character flaw for him.
Definitely. So, okay, can I roll an insight and see if I do that, if it'll help, like, Leto get, like, maybe a little on the better side?
Absolutely.
Of him?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? By association? Alright, cool. Here, let me roll that die. Sorry, I'm gonna pull up the character sheet. Okay. 18.
Okay. What you come to the conclusion of is that there is a never-ending list of tasks that can be done. And whereas the only people that are existing that actually do work on this farm are his daughter and his brother. So, if he can, by other means, gather a unpaid labor force to do more tasks, he will never run out of things that can be done as long as people do not ask for anything in return.
Okay.
So in a roundabout way, the answer is yes. Because, and again, like he does not have a malicious bone in his body, but he has a very big opportunistic one. And
Gotcha.
He's not necessarily intentionally trying to pawn his daughter off for free labor, but it is a conclusion that he very quickly comes to.
Fair enough. Honestly, yeah, I feel like Deku is, like, at this point, gullible and, like, enthusiastic enough that he's gonna fall for it hook, line, and sucker for at least, like, one single day, and he's gonna realize that, like, wait a minute, I'm an adventurer. Half the reason I became a charlatan was so I didn't have to do this at home.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that'll occupy me. Like I'll just be like using magic in all kinds of ways. Like I'll literally just like mending the roof. Like fucking
fluffing his
pillow. Exactly. Mage hand fluffs the pillows. Just like literally like cleaning 3 things at once with my magical hand.
Does anybody else join in these tasks? Or is this like a purely Deacon thing in the moment?
Well, I think Stuffin will say, hey, I'll help with the roof. I'm going to take the hammer. And he goes outside, and you hear him like hammering on the roof for about a minute and a half. And then the hammering stops. And at some point, they just see the hammer that's been left on the doorstep, and he's gone. He's like flying around, checking out the place.
All right, so stuff subscribes to it for a few moments before he is distracted by other things, and but Deacon is fully invested.
He's not gullible. Like he knows this guy is just lazy.
Yeah, and so as Deacon's doing this, maybe by after the fourth or fifth task, Belle comes up to Deacon and puts her, and she kneels down in front of him with both her hands on his shoulders, and she goes, Deacon, I think I understand what's going on here, and it's very admirable that you want to help your friend out, in his quest for love and affection, but taken from my personal experience, I think you might be being taken advantage of a little bit, and if Leto is going to find affection with Malin, doing these things are not going to help.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. He's at this point, I imagine he's a very small DQ, and I'm going to level with you. So much of his time has been spent just riding Shimkin instead of walking over these last couple of months. And he's not exactly hugely in shape, you know what I mean?
He's winded.
He's an archer and he has 25 movement speed. Running is not his game. You know what I mean?
Fair.
But you see him. He he's a little out of breath. He's sweating as much as plants can sweat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of dew. He kind of sheepishly rubs the back of his head, and he's like, yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. I guess it is more up to Leto than anything else. I just I don't know. When he said he wanted to get in good with the dead, I thought maybe this is the way, but I think you might be right. I haven't worked this hard since I was at home, and that may be a little bit of why I left them to the market of Hyrule Castletown.
She goes, maybe
salesman much easier.
Maybe while Leto is tending to his business, maybe we should try to come to a more definitive conclusion as to whether or not there is or isn't some type of magical college around here.
That makes sense. Okay. Well, let's see. I think you're right. I think that will be a good thing to find. And I will unearth it with mold earth. No. I will not dig up their plants. But
okay. So we are going to scoot back over to Leto, and so while we're doing this, anybody. So now essentially we have Deacon, Stuff, and Gully, Aturbe, and Bell looking for evidence of any type of magical hidden college, or maybe anything else that might look out of the ordinary while they're looking anyway. So take a quick minute to figure out anything special that you guys want to do while you guys are looking, while we switch over to Leto real quick, as he has run out and departed from the party. So Leto, you run out, and the moment that you find out that Malin is tending to the Lon Lons, explain what you'd like to be doing.
I would like to walk up and do the cool guy thing of putting one arm, a hand on the ceiling and another one on my waist, and just being like, "Hi again, it's me, Leto. How are you, Malin?"
And she is as you make your way into the room or the doorway, she is sitting on a stool with her back to you, milking a Lon Lon, and you can hear just the viscous sound of the thick milk filling up the bucket. And as you reintroduce yourself, she kind of like doesn't even pause with the milking, just is got a rhythm and she's going with it. And she looks back over her shoulder and she gives you a smile, this bright, wide mouth smile, eyes fully squinting. The air around her seems to have like a fuzzy anime effect as the background disappears and turns, white and pink with floating bubbles of happiness. And she goes, "Oh, hi, Lido. How have you been?"
I've been good. How are you?
"Oh, good. Keeping busy, working on the ranch, tending to the lawns and the cows, and the lawns and the horses, and
How's your dad?
oh yeah, he's not feeling good."
I figured out a way to make sure if he was good or not, and your father's pretty good. He's just not wanting to get up and move.
Oh, he's just old.
Not that old.
He gets
I gave him
sore.
some food, and he was out of the bed, running around and drinking milk like nothing was wrong with him.
No, that sounds like it was full of, good food, full of energy.
He looked perfectly fine. He was standing there for a while, and then I don't know. I ran out once he mentioned you.
Oh well, I mean, if you, it sounds like there's some fast-acting medicinal properties to that food. If you have any to spare.
Chili peppers.
Chili peppers. Oh, we don't have those at the farm.
Habanero. I made some, and then I mixed it in his food, and he seemed to enjoy it. Well, I can give you a bunch, and then you can use them on your dad, and he'll be better every day.
Well, I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would love that. He tells me all the time how he misses doing all the work, and he feels bad about leaving it all to me and my uncle. And I think that if something can help him to feel like he has helped, that might be good for him.
You can always ask a red guy to help you, and he might say yes.
Like a lava monster?
What become one of those? Okay, how about a red and white guy that's standing like near you? Who's strong and can turn into animals and is really nice and forgot all the flowers that he made for you in your kitchen, but I can go get them if you want.
No, you don't need to bring me flowers.
Why didn't I bring something so that way you knew that I cared?
Well, I mean,
I like you, and I want you to like me, and then I could help around the ranch, and I'm a druid, so I'm all about animals and plants, so I think it's like a perfect match, just saying.
Well, I mean, honestly, Lido, you're really sweet. I mean, it sounds like you're very kind, you're very considerate, you've taken good care of my father. But I don't know if you'd like it here. And I know that I'm really not the adventuring type.
I could make this place a home in like no time. Trust me. I have spells that can make this place like a druid grove, so it would be really protected and it would be really nice and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I don't think that we need to be protected. I mean, it's a quiet farm. But
it is, but it's also in the middle of all of Hyrule, and bad guys might be like, it's the perfect place to start a fight, and then you'd have nobody, and then I would be sad because it would take you prisoner and then marry you off to some random bad guy that I would have to fight.
Oh no, you wouldn't have to worry about anything like that. But I mean, honestly, like, I like when you come and visit. It's always very nice to see you, but I mean, I would feel bad, like, tying you down. You know, I mean, I remember last time, like, I learned about all the adventuring things that you did, and how important you are to, so many people. And I mean, I don't know if you'd just be bored.
Are you just trying to say that you don't like me and I should go off and do stuff?
Oh no, quite the opposite. I mean, honestly, I do like you, but I don't. I guess what I'm saying is that I'm okay taking things slow.
Okay.
Like, I could teach you
I
how
can
to.
be very slow.
Yeah, like I could teach you a little bit about farm life, and you could tell me stories about adventuring, and I mean,
I
somewhere
take
in
you
the
to my
middle.
old house by a beach.
I've never been to a beach.
I could do that. Slowly. I'm totally on the slow train. Yeah. If you wanted, no, I don't. I'm just gonna go now because it looks like you're busy.
No, stay. I it's been a quiet morning, and I appreciate the conversation.
Okay. So I will talk to her for a while until either the guys come and get me or something else. That's the best that Lito's got right now.
Okay. You know what? Give me just like a straight charisma check so I have a general gauging of how well
Dear
this conversation goes over time. And not in terms of like good or bad, but more in terms of like
Hey,
just.
That's my
19.
Oh,
That's a 19 for Lito. That's amazing.
all right, absolutely.
You have an inspiration.
So I can use, the inspiration too.
If you want, I'm sorry. I don't mean to butt it in. I probably shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
So question. Well, legitimate question. Like, with the 19, you I would imagine that you are feeling fairly confident that the duration of the conversation between you two is going fairly well. Would Lado feel that he needs to give himself an extra boost from this?
That's true. Yeah, I think he's doing good.
No, I think the 19 is impressive in his own eyes because he didn't think he was going to be that good. But
yeah, I think that is a respectable role.
He would relax more. He would be more fluid in talking to her, except like stumbling on his words. He would just be like, "Yeah, I hope that everything's going great. These adventures, blah blah blah." Instead of being like, I think 19 is perfect for him right now.
Absolutely,
he's making progress.
100% on board. Okay,
that's awesome.
So the rest of the conversation just continues to happen while this is going on. Is there anything that anybody would like to do to look for? You know what? At this point, I'll just say kind of like anything arcane going on at this ranch. Like I will broaden it beyond the existence of a college existing or not existing.
I'm gonna level with you. The last time that I found a magic item in this place, it literally was the deadly Sindai, and I'm not about to go through all that shit again.
Well, we just destroyed that, though.
I know. But now I'll find, like, the deadlier Sindai that just fucking kills you.
Maybe there was, like, someone who... Maybe there's someone who, like, had a little shop in town, or at least at the ranch, and all they did is made deadly Sindais. It could be, like, a warehouse.
That's awesome.
The next one's a D8, the deadlier Sindai.
Yeah, I have literally nothing that is remotely helpful for fighting any of this stuff, so I don't actually know what to do. Nope.
Oh. You have true seeing?
Nothing. Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I have true seeing.
Oh,
I could do that. That's a good idea.
Hey, as a question, right? Wouldn't true seeing, since you can kind of see into ethereal planes and stuff, wouldn't that logistically let you see any shred of Bongo that's on a turbo?
Logically, yeah.
Oh,
I feel like that's pretty much like a
You know
little.
I guess it would.
It's like, because like that's pretty much exactly what it's designed for. Because it shows you, like for example, hidden doors and stuff hidden by magic, the ethereal plane, the natural like thing of shapeshifters. You know, it shows you all that shit. So I feel
That's
like
not a cheat code at all.
So I feel like, yeah, dude, the power of true seeing that Afine has showed us is like unbelievable.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's now been the solution to like 3 out of 4 of our problems.
So, does anybody have true seeing, and is it active?
I will activate it.
Okay.
I'm flying around, and I will activate it. I'm just kind of searching around as closely as I can.
Okay. On that note, also give me a perception check as you fly around.
Do I have? I should take enhanced ability. I don't. Can I do investigation? I really would be investigating. I'm not just like.
You absolutely can,
ahead.
but I'm going to ask you exactly what you're investigating, because there is something. There absolutely is something.
Right.
But if you are investigating for something that is not, I will not comment on it.
Well,
can I chuck you an inspiration?
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. So how about do you want me to start with perception and then do investigation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not successful?
Yeah, because honestly, there's like a number of things that, like, this is going to be going on for a period of time, so I'm not going to have you commit to a singular action.
Okay. That would be, with inspiration, a 16.
Okay. So, the general layout of Lon Lon Ranch, you have the main house, you have the stalls where the horses and one where the horses are kept, one where the cows are kept. So Lido is currently where the cows are being kept, and adjacent to that is a large open pasture for the cattle and a large enclosed area for the horses. What you notice is small in the cow pasturing area. You notice a few number of small circular patterns in the grass that most likely would not be visible had you not been flying.
I'm finding cow patties is what I'm finding.
No, it's not a pat. It's kind of like I guess the easiest way that I could compare it would be almost looking like a really small crop circle. Like it looked like there's like certain grazing areas, but then there are very definitive circular patterns in the grass that look like they are about the diameter that would fit a Lon Lon.
Tiny crop circles, or if it was a cow patty, it would be called a crap circle.
Yeah.
There we go.
How light is Deacon?
Honestly, I've always had candidate to be like I weigh like 40 pounds. Like, I am very small.
Are you light enough? I'm not overly strong.
40
light
pounds? That's a heavy shrub.
I would imagine you'd be about half that.
Oh, okay. I don't know anything about that, so
Okay.
I don't lift. So yeah, I'd say 20 pounds. That works perfectly. I like that even better.
Yeah.
I never conceptualized it out loud, so yeah, 20 pounds sounds perfect.
Okay. You are tiny and buoyant.
Yay!
Okay. I think I can probably carry you because I don't have a lot of things to carry.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Do you mind if I ask what your strength score is?
8.
Oh, you could still carry me very easily.
Mm-hmm.
I can almost picture this like a nature documentary where like the camera is going over the Serengeti, slowly kind of panning over the animals. It's not a camera; it's Deacon's like vision as he's being carried.
Yay! That's awesome. It's like the Lakitu camera.
Looking together. Yeah. I think I don't know what you'd want to look at, but like certainly I'm curious about the crop circles to see if there's like a pattern, or to see if how the animals are behaving around them, or if there's any sort of like evidence of paths or like magical anything.
Yeah.
Patterns.
I think yeah. I guess So can I use my kind of my experience like growing up in Kakariko, like with the animals, you know, the little cuckoos and such, kind of see if any of them are acting weird or like forming these patterns or anything? Like an animal handling check or something?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Give me an animal handling check, yeah.
Thanks. 18.
Okay. So,
wow.
You take some time to kind of like once you notice the circles, you kind of pay a little bit of attention to what's going on around them, and the cuckoos themselves kind of like free roam, but you also notice that they kind of naturally stay out of the horse enclosure. But there is no like special pen for them. In fact,
cage-free free-range eggs, the best.
Completely. In fact, you've also noticed, like being up in the air, that the cuckoos themselves don't specifically stay within the area of the farm. Like there are a couple that kind of like wander out even further, which I would say kind of gives you a conclusion about just the natural safety of the area where the cuckoos feel comfortable kind of like grazing outside the confines of the farm. But
she's probably just sitting on the sidelines, but can I ask how the cuckoos are reacting to Chimkin?
A couple of them pique interest. Like take a moment to go over and inspect, but other than that, they don't react too strangely to Chimkin.
Excellent. All right, just making sure she's still okay with them.
Mm-hmm.
She's I like to imagine, like, since Chimkin is always holding food, she like scatters some berries and stuff for them.
Fair.
Feast, my tiny little friends. Feast.
So, you notice no discernible pattern or reaction for the Lon Lons that are out to pasture and the circles. Like they're not actively trying to avoid the circles. They don't seem to notice the circles. And you even specifically notice at one point that at least one pair of circles overlap each other.
Is this a time where I can make that investigation roll?
Absolutely. Just let me know what you would like to investigate.
I think I'm really trying to investigate like the pattern of circles and whether they seem to lead someplace, whether they seem to like be some kind of language, and how the animals are interacting with them.
Okay. I would say I'll real easy DC on that. I'll put it like a 12.
Yeah, I got a 29.
Okay. The patterns have there is no pattern amongst the circles. Like you're kind of like sitting there and kind of like drawing in like your mind like imaginary lines to see if there's some type of like intersection or pattern or anything that can be created from that, and it really does appear to be entirely random. And the animals just pay absolutely no attention to it. Like the circles in the grass aren't like there's grass grown in them. It's just lower than the rest of the grass. So from the animal's perspective, it's probably not something that they can actively witness or notice, but it is there nonetheless. But yeah, they don't seem to be bothered by it. They don't seem to be interacting with it, and there does not seem to be a pattern to it. And there is also, even though I've like described it as a crop circle, within the circle there is no type of pattern. It is simply a flat disc-shaped area, kind of impressioned into the grass.
Okay. Does it look like the grass is growing shorter? Or does it look like it has been cut shorter? Or does it look like something is just pressed into it? Like
it looks like not that it's growing slower, but it looks like it is I guess how can I don't want to use like a misleading word on the matter. It looks as if something has kind of, as if there was a force like that pushed it down a bit.
Okay.
So yeah, it's almost like as if like you would have a similar effect if someone took like a cover for a barrel and left it on a pile of grass for like 2 days and then took it off.
What do you think, Deacon?
I'm having a hard time thinking of what Deacon would think because I think I just clicked in my head what it is with this metagaming.
Yeah, but I'm a lot smarter than you.
Fair.
And, it wouldn't be metagaming if you were to tell the person playing it.
That's true. Aliens.
I don't know.
I think it's the aliens that are always abducting the cows on Lon Lon Farm, or like Malin, like in
Oh my gosh, I hadn't thought about that. I had forgotten that there was a thing in this world. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's the aliens.
Okay. Interesting. Let's look up at the sky. Do we see anything in the sky?
No, the sky is perfectly clear.
Should we dress up as a cow and see if someone tries to abduct us?
I mean, you could if you want to go down that route. There's nothing stopping you from dressing up like a cow and grazing in the field.
Like that Doja Cat song, Moo.
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow.
Yeah, I'll volunteer to be a cow for a while.
No, I'd be game for that.
All right. I think physically speaking, Gully would probably be the most likely to fit into a cow appearance. How would you guys like to do this, and how much time would you like to spend doing it?
I have a disguise kit.
I love it. I'll help you with the disguise kit.
Perfect. I also have a forgery kit, which can kind of, lend some extra, ink and stuff to blot some clothes. Got that cow print going on, And, yeah. See what else I have.
Can you use that forgery kit to make my hoof prints look like Rufus's hoof prints down the road?
Perfect. Let's see. I was whatever's in an entertainer.
We get so in the weeds on silly stuff.
Definitely.
This isn't silly. What are you talking about?
This is important.
Oh, yeah, it was extremely important.
we have Ganon try to resurrect. We have temples being corrupted. We have a turbe being repossessed. And we can lust ourselves like cows.
Yeah, you see where our priorities are. We want to catch the aliens.
The aliens might be wizards.
Ooh, that's the twist. Aliens were Sky. Oh man, the aliens were Skyloftians the entire time. Or the exact reverse of that. Skyloftians were aliens.
So, at what point would is this like an overnight thing that you want to do?
Yeah, actually, I would like to ask if in return for all the favors I did for the father, if we could just stay there for the night.
All right. So, let's say, before you head back to her father, we still have Lido and Malin. Are you going to go and check on them?
Sorry.
Or
Oh, I mean, yeah, absolutely. But, sorry, I thought you were saying we cut over them. Yeah, no, we should go find Lido, see how he's doing.
Yeah, she probably then instead of dress up like a cow. Ooh, maybe
no,
Lido will want to
that.
join in.
Yeah, there we go.
all right. So,
I imagine, as you say, instead of dressing up as a cow, you can, kind of, look sheepish as he's, already been drawing spots on your armor.
I thought you were going to say he looks sheepish because he's dressed up as a sheep.
Love it.
he looks badass.
Nice.
All right.
I had a character that always wore sheep pajamas at one point.
Nice.
Nice.
It was a tiefling, and that was his bit.
Pajamas.
Basically, yeah. Well, yeah. Long story. I'll tell you some other time.
Sure. So, okay. So, as you... actually, real cool question. Gully, was there anything special that you wanted to do to try to locate any arcane effects on the ranch?
Nope, we've already had someone do detect magic and all that good stuff, so...
We actually haven't.
Someone do detect magic?
Nobody did detect magic.
Nobody as of yet.
Yeah, I don't have detect magic, and yeah, I don't think anybody else uses it either.
I can do detect. I'll do detect magic because I have that also, and I can do both that and seeing at the same time.
Perfect. Detect magic yields nothing.
Excellent.
Okay, so as you like return to the more center area of the ranch, you can hear commotion and laughter and milking coming from the Lon Lon area. How would you like to approach?
Slowly.
All right. So as you slowly approach,
And there's some herbs that, if you grow the right way, can actually help with your dad's back. I can get you some of those and, whatnot like that. But, for your stiff shoulders, I would recommend someone actually massaging your shoulders or putting some kind of ointment on them.
And do you have like a special technique that you know of to massage shoulders, or?
Yes, I actually do. I had a lot of practice on my mentor, Marty. Pretty sure yours will be a lot softer than his, though.
Well, maybe you could show me, so I could learn these things.
I'm already there behind her, just like.
So, so as this is going in, and she goes, "Oh, you have nice, strong hands. Are you sure you haven't spent a lot of time milking Lon Lons before?"
Never milked one. Didn't even know they existed really until I came here the first time.
Oh,
It's kind of raised on like water and like fish and everything like that. So I've really not had much chance to actually meet real life living animals besides birds and octopuses and sharks and snails and it's just rambling off animals that he's seen.
Does he say any other animals?
Bears, snakes, alligators, sea cows. Those were cool too. Sharks.
Any other animals that begin with an A?
No, he doesn't.
Fine.
One time mixed up, and he'll never say it again.
No, I love it.
And you'll never live it down.
It is canon. It is 100% canon. That is how they're spelled. It's a thumbnail. It happened.
True.
So
he's trying to look smart and sophisticated, so no, he wouldn't say that.
Fair.
No, but I'm saying in this world, that's how they're spelled.
You know it's canon. Still.
So okay. So you guys kind of like as you approach, you can hear this conversation going on. They are not really, as you can tell, they're not trying to be quiet. They're not trying to be secretive. They are just fully enjoying each other's company. And as you like start to get closer to the door, as you start to get closer to the door, the door flings open, and they are carrying buckets of milk with them. I would say there are 6 buckets. Lito, how many are you carrying?
I'm trying to look really powerful, so I'm holding 4 at least, and then I try and do one with my teeth. But she's like, probably no. Just carry it.
All right. So she's carrying 2 buckets of milk, as Lito is carrying 4. Just what? Give me a dex save on that for potential spilled milk.
Hey, 23.
Not a drop. And I will say, coupled with your charisma roll, you are looking very very pumped carrying this milk. So you've spent a good bit of time like She taught you how to milk them. You may have been like hailing some, like slinging some hay around to make sure that they were fed. And so the time that you spent with her, as flirtatious as it was also very physically intensive, and you got
perfect.
Yeah, and you got a good feeling about what it was like to actually kind of like do farm work for a day. Like, she didn't just stop her chores because you were around. You both did them together. And
It
yeah,
just makes her look hotter in Leto's eyes.
Absolutely. And so you both come out of the door, and the rest of the party meets you guys, kind of like, and what's the general consensus as the party comes back together?
Get out, guys! I got milk, and I learned how to milk them.
I wish you said that in the, like, separate things. You didn't get milk, did you, Leto?
No.
Alright, just making sure. Okay, that sounds like fun then.
Did you find a way to melt the cuckoos? Couldn't do that myself.
I didn't know that was something we were supposed to be looking into. Did you, Melon?
I don't know. I tried. I thought, but maybe I thought wrong.
I'm just teasing you. Sorry, Leto.
It's okay.
Did you guys have a nice time?
Look at Mel and see if she's like yes or no.
Yes, her cheeks are a little rosy. She looks a little bit flustered, and she looks like she has enjoyed her time.
Nice.
And Leto literally turns around, big smile on his face, shaking his head.
Good to hear it. Hey, so I know it's getting to be a little late, and we I know everybody's kind of tired out. I we did some work around the house, and you guys have done all that farm work. We were gonna ask Melon, do you think it would be alright if we asked your dad if we could stay overnight? We have food and stuff, so he doesn't have to do anything special. We just could really use a place to stay that's a little comfortable, on the road and stuff.
It's okay if you say no. I understand you want to have some time to yourself and whatnot like that. But if you do, I'll be here too.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't mind, but quite honestly, he's probably on his pre-dinner nap, so I would, maybe not interrupt that. He says that his pre-dinner nap is his favorite nap of the day.
We ask your uncle before we do it, then? If your dad's asleep?
I mean, the house is a little bit cramped. I'm with me and my father.
I can sleep outside. I don't mind.
We have to sleep in the stables.
Yeah, we have plenty of good room in the stables. There's a nice hay loft that I think would be rather comfortable. For the six of you. So, if you just kind of want to take some time, I'll lead you over to it. You can kind of get yourself settled if you have any, sleeping bags or whatever you need to do to make yourself comfortable. I think I might have a couple extra pillows. I can go into the house and grab them if you need, no problem. And then once you get settled, we'll meet back at the main house, and when Father wakes up from his pre-dinner nap, we can have dinner, and then afterwards he can have his post-dinner nap, which he says is his favorite of the day.
Do you need help with dinner? Because I'm kind of okay making stuff.
Well, I mean, I've had that stew going all day, and I'm pretty sure that it's it's probably just about ready by now. But if anybody has
quite a bit of it.
Well, I mean, I don't think we probably have enough time to prepare additional lawn meat for it. But if you have any preferences that don't deal with meat, or if you have anything else that you feel that you can also add to that, because it's more like a communal pot type eating, then
I've got more stuff.
And what she goes, oh well, what do you what kind of stuff?
I can do tomatoes, I can do celery, I can do potatoes, I can do basically any vegetable that you want, I can do, and we can add it to it.
Well, that
Or fruit.
sounds perfect. Is there anybody who does not eat meat amongst the party?
Deacon raises his hand.
That's perfectly fine.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
This is a weird question. As a DM.
Okay, yeah.
I understand if you want to say no to this, but can I just be so like the spiciness, right?
Uh-huh.
Since I am also a plant, could I be like kind of immune to that?
Immune to spice? Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
okay if not.
well, I would say highly resistant.
That works.
Yeah.
Like,
there would be a threshold.
Definitely. Yeah, like I can't just like eat habaneros, but I imagine that like
Yeah, if it's in a pot and it's been cooking out for the day,
well, actually
like
I could, but like I was thinking more like a jalapeno. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like you know.
Yeah. And I would say it's like
I
there's
would
more
like
stuff
to just
getting
be
added.
like definitely. But yeah, I wanted to say that because I wanted it to be like just like nibbling on the habaneros, but it's like, you know, like little pieces at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like. Anyway, sorry. I like just enough. Sorry, this is dumb. My logic here is that like anything that he touches is now like coated in habanero juice.
Okay, I see where it's going.
Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm setting something up. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. All right, fair. Okay. Okay. So I guess first things first would be the food production to accommodate the 6, 7, 8, the 9 people that will be dining.
Okay.
So, how would you like to do that, Lito?
Well, I look at Malin and ask her, so are we doing a separate pot for Ikun? Because I can eat just vegetables too, I don't mind. I'm kind of whichever one.
Well,
I can definitely get you as much ingredients as you want.
If we want to make a separate pot, we can do that. But I mean, my personal preference when it comes to eating vegetables and that you know, anything kind of along those lines, is that I feel that freshness is better than cooking. So
I can do that.
Yeah, so I mean, if we want to do like a vegetable stew, we absolutely could. I have a much smaller pot we can place, you know, adjacent to the fire rather than on top of it. But I was kind of thinking more like vegetable platters and, you know, maybe some salad, something, you know, like you know, it's not often that people have the opportunity to partake in fresh vegetables.
Well, we're gonna tonight.
That sounds wonderful. All right.
Let's go make some veggie stew and add to the other stew some more veggies.
Sounds good. Okay. So I will say at this point, probably Lito and Malin head into the main house. Malin's uncle, who would be like coming in towards like at the end of the day, as he spent the entire day working with the horses, he comes in And Malin kind of like introduces him and says that, we're going to be having guests for dinner. They will be spending the night. Would you mind showing them to the hayloft so that they can get situated? So Malin and Leto retire to the main house as Malin's uncle takes you over to the hayloft. So, is there anything? It's a fairly quick trip because Lon Lon Ranch is not huge. But is there anything that you would like to talk about or ask or converse with Malin's uncle as you're walking over to the hayloft?
If it's all right, I'd just like to ask him how he's how work's been going on the farm lately and stuff.
Well, it's good. I mean, it's farm life. There's always stuff to be doing, horses to be tending to, fences to be mending. It keeps me busy.
Makes sense. Yeah, I guess I don't have much for him, unfortunately.
Fair. Okay. So as you come into the stables beneath the hayloft, he takes you to a section where there are a number of like cowhide blankets, Lon Lon hide blankets, and they're kind of like draped over an area. And he's like, well, I'll give you a hand carrying these up, but I'll grab a few, and everyone else kind of grab whichever one kind of tickles your fancy, and then we can head up these stairs right here to the hayloft. And so you get the impression that this is part of what they do on the farm. One, they produce the Lon Lon meat, but they also try to like use up every part of the animal. They make hide blankets, among other things. But this is kind of like what you get from this general correlation. That there are, I want to say, probably roughly 30 hide blankets, all made from different colored cows. You have, like black with brown spots, brown with white spots, all, solid colors, all sorts of cowhides, like just ready for that. Fully cured. They feel nice and heavy. I would say that they probably weigh more than Deacon does. And then so you'll grab ones that you want, and then you follow him up to the hayloft where it is kind of like you get the impression that visitors staying at Lon Lon Ranch is not a wildly out there thing that happens. It's something that they're fairly accustomed to. You can kind of see an area that's already been like brushed out where people most likely generally already stay. You do see like a couple small piles of like bits of hay that have been almost like thrown into burlap sacks that look reminiscent of pillows. It's and between the blankets and the hay, it seems like a more comfortable and well insulated area than you may have initially expected. So he's like, just kind of stake your claim to your own little area. I think my niece, I think I heard my niece saying how, we got a couple of spare pillows or something, after we wrap up dinner, and anything that we can situate you up with, to make your night more comfortable, we'll be happy to do that. And yeah, so like I said, just throw your blanket down, claim your spot, and we'll head back to the house. So, is there anything anybody wants to do before heading back to the house? And he is remaining with you. Like, he didn't just kind of, like, show you the area and take off. Like, like Malon's uncle is there with you.
Stefan wants to throw one of the big all hides, really, over himself. In case he finds a field and decides to be a cow. There's a mystery here.
So you cover yourself in the hide. It just kind of like trying to method act your way into what it feels like to be a Lon Lon.
No. What do they say?
They say moo.
They say moo?
Yeah.
But it's spelled M-U.
Yes. With the little dots over it.
What?
Moo. I'm trying to make moo.
Oh. I don't know how to pronounce it.
So yeah, but yeah, I would say under like within a very short period of time, you really get like you get hot underneath this Lon Lon blanket, like surprisingly quickly, and kind of like when it comes to the point that you pop your head out, I would say that people do notice like small. Like you have like a sweaty glow on your forehead. Like it's not like pouring out of you, but there was like it was hot under there. All right. So and they kind of like Mal's kind of like claps his hands and like rubs them together. It's like, so are we ready to grab some grub?
Yes, yes, right. I am. Low.
All right.
Oh.
Follow me, and we'll get we'll eat till our bellies are full, and it'll be nice to have some good company for a change of this magnitude. So, you guys make your way down to the main house, and at this point, Malon and Lido have gotten a small vegetable stew going on the in a smaller pot near the fire. There's also a kind of like fresh vegetable platter. And in addition to that platter, I would say that there's also a nice wheel of cheese made from the Lon Lon milk that is kind of like in the centerpiece with like all the vegetables kind of around it. Carrots, celery, broccoli, pretty much whatever.
Cheese.
And cheese. So, the house is pretty cramped with 9 people in it. But for all the crampiness, there is a fair amount of time is spent basically telling stories. Malon very much like sitting next to it and kind of cuddling up to Lido, asks him about all these adventuring stories, and everyone kind of chimes in with their own anecdotes as to like things that have happened throughout the course of the campaign, throughout the maybe even telling stories about what their original timeline was from. And quick question, as you're telling these stories, do you guys mention that you are living in a converged Cataclysm timeline? Or when you tell stories about your original timeline, do you just talk about it as if it were to just happen here in this convergence? Like, do you mention that the Cataclysm was a thing? Because not everybody knows about it.
I'll tell you, Stefan snuck away a while ago. Stefan has gone out to the field, check out the Lon Lons, just as because he thinks these people are kind of boring, quite honestly, especially the like
Right.
insufferable.
Okay, so we have Stefan sneaking out. What about Gully? Gully, what is one story that you talk about during this meal?
He's got nothing.
He's
He's just eating.
Fair.
He's just eating, listening. Yeah, he's chiming in here and there, but no stories.
Okay, like no stories about like your time in the guard. Reuniting with friends. No, just okay, perfectly fine. What about Deegan? Deegan, do you talk about a specific story? Or what story do you specifically talk about?
Oh man, that's tough.
It is.
I feel like the story he would most want to tell right now is Jafali's.
Jafali, nice.
I think you bring up Jafali and kind of like how that kind of came into play. And just kind of like he'd focus on sort of how how he sorry, let me think of how to put this. Jafali was a good friend, someone I'm really hoping that we have the opportunity to meet up with again. I guess before I continue with the timeline business, I'd want Lito's like permission for anything like that, since this is really gonna hit him closer to home more than me.
Okay.
In the sense that he's going with Melon, so I guess I would use my little secret telepathy thing to ask him along those lines. What's your take on it, Lito, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't think we have anything to hide.
Okay.
I think it's better to get it out there.
I agree, but I wanted to ask you just to make sure. Okay, so yeah, perfect. Then yeah, I'll kind of go into detail that back in my world, this place was unfortunately empty. I never got the chance to meet you guys in the past, and but I did get the chance to meet someone named Jafali, who was very nice. He was going through some trouble, and we kind of helped him get his ship together and slowly, fix things a bit. Because he had his family to an extent traveling with him, but they had just recently had a young baby, and they needed to kind of get back to things in Rito Village, and he was very kind. He allowed us to travel on his ship, and was very, very brave. And I'm going to tell the story of how Jafali ultimately was very brave in how he was willing to even pilot his much smaller ship towards the airship, as you might recall when we were doing that descent thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like how without fear and with style and aplomb, he was willing to just take us as close to that as we wanted to go, in the face of potential destruction. He didn't bat an eye, and that's kind of the story that I'll be telling. And I'll finish it with just how at the very end, I was able to play a song for him, and in return he taught me the lullaby that he sings for his that he would sing for his son. And then I'd like to play that song, Jafali's lullaby.
What do you?
Sorry, I hope that's not too much.
No, that. Oh man, that took me back. So like,
Same.
Okay, so I'm not going to go into like great details about this, but I absolutely do want to go into great detail about this next week during our chat session, because Jafali was one of these really pivotal NPCs.
Yeah, absolutely.
But to elaborate on the discussion between Deacon and Leto, because while discussing this, Deacon did come to like this crosshair where he realized that he couldn't honestly talk about this or he couldn't truthfully talk about this without acknowledging the alternate universes. So if like having that he chose to talk about this, he would have had to, if he didn't want to reveal the issue of the alternate universes, he would have to kind of like change bits of the story, because in the original campaign there was a Faka NPC named Jafali who piloted an airship, and the airship was damaged, and it was here at Lon Lon Ranch. So specifically picking up this story, like you can't not talk about it with Malin without kind of acknowledging these very important things about it. But yeah, Jafali was a great character and absolutely pivotal in dealing with the unfolding of the Rito story. One of the many examples of an NPC who was created to like more or less be a plot point in a story that kind of blew up into this whole full-fledged character because of like actions and player engagement. But yeah, that took me back a minute. Thanks for that.
Oh yeah, bro.
And I absolutely will be talking about that next week.
Sounds good.
So and then saving Leto for last, because I know that Malin is going to hang on every single word that he has to say. So, Leto, what is the story that you are choosing to tell to fully engage this woman onto your every last word?
I am going to tell her this tale, basically, of how I re-met Deacon during the Cataclysm.
Going into the Cataclysm, all right. So... So the Cataclysm was an incredibly broad time period in this campaign. The active Cataclysm was referred to as the prologue, and I've spoken of it a few times. But there were a number of incredible heroic acts that absolutely changed the landscape and built the landscape of this Cataclysm campaign. So out of all those things that you and Deacon and periodically other characters came and went during this Cataclysm, or during this prologue pre-Cataclysm, what is like the biggest story or the biggest character or the biggest something that is like the anchor piece for this story?
Got two pieces that I think would be amazing.
You can do them both.
Leo would probably tell the tale of how he got to save his father, like taking care of Kyburn and putting people into places, and the fact that he's royalty and all of that. And then the other one would be the Fat Tony saga.
The Fat Tony saga is classic. Oh, the Fat Tony saga was the first real piece of the prologue that kind of leaked over into the campaign. It was it dealt with the what would have been the southern area of Hyrule Castle Town. It's what prevented it from staying the slums that it was and really became this more affluent area of the town, while incorporating it was because of everything that happened with Fat Tony that we were able to really flush out what Reginald was, and Reginald is now freshly reintroduced to the campaign. And he was, if I remember correctly, I believe Fat Tony was really like the first big death of, like the first like meaningful, impactful death of this Cataclysm campaign.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So absolutely, and the actions that Leto did for his father and preventing him from essentially becoming assassinated through the chain of events led to Leto's father falling in love and marrying Afine's mother, and which has kind of now set into motion the events of what's going on in Zora's domain right now. So like now we have the newer generation of royalty kind of coming in and taking this, but at the same time, like we have multiple from like the viewer's perspective, we know that we have multiple rightful claims to this throne, and that has everything to do with what Leto did in preventing his father's assassination in the prologue. So with that, Malin is taking all of this in, and her father, her uncle as well. Her father, woke up, ate like 2 bottles of stew, and went down for his post dinner nap, which was his favorite nap of the day, and has really, like, not intentionally been rude, but as always has been more concerned with what he's doing than anything else. So Malin, like, listening to all these stories just get thrown around. Iturbe and Belle also, like, once they realize that the events of the Cataclysm are kind of like on the table for discussion, they too tell of the story of how they met and how they are from a period of time where the kingdom was very different and Zelda's father was the king, and they don't go too much into the whole thing of like bongo and all that stuff, but they do go into they try to like curb the story to give it the narrative of how even time cannot keep them apart. So they put like they do like run this very romantic narrative on the story, which I would imagine only further helps Leto's case. Telling a story like that. So Malin is very, very wide-eyed. She is very very engaged on this, and her uncle very much loves hearing these stories, but he you can tell that he is not as he is not as impressed as Malin in the respect that he is aware that things of this nature go on. And I'm not even going to make you make an insider perception check on this, but I'm going to say specifically about Malin's uncle. As you gather, as he is hearing these stories, you get the impression that he too once led a life of adventure, and his time working on this farm is more of a retirement than anything else. So that's one of the things that you also gather from this storytelling.
Spicy.
So, as the night can... Okay, so this goes on, and actually I'm going to turn it back real quick to Stuffin. And Stuffin, what are you doing as this is going on, as you have snuck out?
He's out in the cow field.
Mm-hmm.
The animal field, I should say. Observing. He's trying to make himself look like I keep calling them cows, but they're not called cows.
You can call them cows, honestly.
Okay.
Cows, Lon Lons, they're the same thing, just different
Lon Lon,
naming.
yeah. But he's trying to act like a Lon Lon and see if he sees anything sort of mysterious happening out here. Because there's certainly evidence of something.
There absolutely is.
Here.
And in fact, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a D100 to see how cloudy the night is. It is a very clear night. It is roughly 25% cloud cover. So I would say that the moon is either nearly or completely full. The fields are very well illuminated with very little clouds to kind of like cast any type of shadows. Do you have... Because I know that like the party had like discussed issues of like trying to like pretend to like dress up as a convincing cow. Is this like your true attempt, or is this like a preliminary like let me go out and see what I can find type deal?
No, he's actually trying.
Okay, all right. So you know what, you have the you have the cowhide. Yeah, so from an aerial perspective, you would look like a Lon Lon calf.
Yeah.
So I would say that you, over the course of the dinner, you probably have about an hour to kind of spend.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to start with things that you hear. So, being in the cow pasture enclosure, you do start to hear things like outside in the field. Some general wildlife, not necessarily anything aggressive or dangerous, but there is a nocturnal life that you witness, and you start to pay attention to it. You start to become accustomed to it. You recognize it as wildlife. And then towards the tail end, you hear something in the sky. You hear something almost unnatural. I'm not saying supernatural, but unnatural. Like it's not the flapping of a bird. It's not the hooting of an owl. It's not a flock of geese floating by. It is something not natural that appears to be approaching in the distance. At this point, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm going to wait it out and see what happens.
Okay. So it starts to get a little bit closer. It does have a type of almost like mechanical whirring sound, like and you start to take note of how many Lon Lons are present in the enclosure still grazing. And then you realize something, that there's Lon Lons grazing at night. And this is not entirely normal. Like, you start to question, why are there Lon Lons at night out in the pasture field? And as you start to come to this conclusion, that there is something strange about this. You hear like a whirring sound that is not incredibly loud, but loud enough that you feel the impact as this light comes down on, I would say, the opposite side of the farm, or the pasture field that you are on. And it immediately starts to almost like vacuum up this Lon Lon. And I would say it takes approximately, from what you gauge, it takes approximately 12 seconds. What would you like to do in those 12 seconds?
I'm going to move like a cow towards the giant vacuum cleaner.
Okay. Towards the giant light sucking up the Lon Lon. And I would say that encompasses about 6 seconds of your time to get there, but do it in like a stealthy, mosey kind of way, so as to not reveal that you are not a Lon Lon calf.
Mm-hmm.
And you can as you get closer to this like pillar of light, actually I should say, how close do you want to get to this pillar of light?
All the way, baby.
All the way. Okay. So within touching distance. Do you want to touch it?
Yes.
Okay. So you see the cow starting to get sucked up. You start to approach it, and as you touch it, you feel that even though it is light, it is solid. You cannot put your hand like through it into the light. And within the 12 seconds, the beam of light has stopped. The Lon Lon is gone. And there is a diameter of imprinted grass where the Lon Lon was. And as you look up, you can see that there is a type of aircraft that is now flying away.
Wow, sorry. I wish I could speak to those Lon Lons.
Okay. You want to speak with animals?
No, but I think I know someone who does.
All right. So, at the conclusion of this, what do? Do you remain in the field? Do you head back to where everyone is? Do you head to the hayloft? What would you like to do?
We'll head back and tell everyone what he saw. And they'll probably say, Lito, do you speak to animals? We should ask them what happened. Like, who's gone? There's a Lon Lon that's not gone right now. And
Did you, if it was in the sky, did you fly up and see what it was?
Oh, I think it went faster. Could I have chased it? I think it was too fast, right?
Too fast to chase.
I'm not that fast.
Did you notice which way it went?
Yeah, it went up. And I don't. What happened after that?
It ascended. I would say it ascended in a direction that was like towards the moon, and eventually got either high enough or fell behind some of the cloud cover that it had simply just, from your perception, vanished.
I think it flew to the moon. Is what I think. That's what it looked like to me.
That makes sense. Yeah, I can talk to the cows, or if you want to become a cow, I can make you a cow.
Oh.
Yeah, we can go talk to them.
I wouldn't. Do you think they have plants on the moon?
I always thought the moon was made of cheese, so I don't know.
Well, you'd think a dairy farmer would know if the moon was made of cheese.
Could be like a national secret that they're not allowed to tell people. Otherwise, people would be like, I can just go to the moon to get my own cheese.
That's true, yeah. Malin, is the moon made of cheese? You can tell us. We'll keep it a secret, we promise.
I've never been to the moon.
I believe her.
I believe her too.
Let's go talk to some cows.
Malin's father kind of chimes up because a little bit of cheese sounds good right about now.
Yeah, why don't you eat some cheese? And we're going to go check out the Lon Lons and talk to them. Like, Malin, aren't you concerned that your Lon Lons keep disappearing, or they come back? And if they come back, do they like have a new hairstyle or something?
Malin looks rather unsurprised about the phrase "Lon Lon gone," and she reiterates to the party that although Lon Lon Ranch seems to be in the middle of nowhere and is at the cross-section of so many areas in Hyrule Castle, in Hyrule, that Lon Lon Ranch is a safe area.
Right, instant check that.
Absolutely.
Maybe the Lon Lon are wizards in disguise.
I would like to use my sleight of hand to subtle spell identify on her.
All right. What?
Don't look my girlfriend an alien.
In what respect are you trying to see if there's a thing cast on her?
Magical bullshit affecting her.
Okay. Absolutely, there's no magical bullshit affecting her.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
And I'm not going to hold you to a 15 at the moment, but I'm going to answer you a 15.
Okay.
Malin is being completely honest.
Okay. That's fine.
And she's also not only is she being completely honest, but from your and everyone's active perception and insight to the matter is there really is there's nothing at Lon Lon Ranch that indicates that it has any type of defensive capabilities. Like there are no guards, there are no, turrets or, anything even more dangerous than possibly a pitchfork. But Malin is speaking to you very confidently that Lon Lon Ranch is safe.
Okay. Lito wouldn't push it. He would just be like, okay.
Okay.
So, Stefan, you want to go talk to some cows now?
Yeah, although I think you're going to be a more articulate speaker than I.
Well, no, I could put it on you and put it on myself, too.
Oh, we could talk together. Good. You play good cop and I'll play bad cop.
I don't think they'll know what cops are.
Okay.
Good calf, bad calf.
Yes.
So okay. In what manner are you doing this? I would imagine speak with animals is being cast on Stuffin. Is Lita?
It's being cast on both of us.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure if you were going to actually take the form of a Lon Lon.
No, I can if I want to. If we don't get the information that we get, I'm going to start with just being able to talk to them before going into full cow form and talking to them again.
Oh, okay. Let's see how heavily I can play into this. All right, so there are 3 Lon Lons still in the grazing field as you approach.
Greetings, cows or Lon Lons. We have come with a question or two.
Yeah. Moo. He's really he's saying moo in their language too.
And so,
the intent is to say hi.
So I you know what? Let's do this like one Lon at a time. You approach the first one, and his head like immediately darts up, and he's like, "You speak Lon Lon?"
Yes.
Me too.
Moo, I do.
He has a funny accent.
I don't think you need the moos anymore. You're literally mooing at them as we're talking to them.
Oh, okay. I'm still getting a hold of this.
It's okay. So tell them what you saw and see if they know what it's all about.
Okay. Hello, Moo. I saw a big thing come down from the sky and shine a bright light, and kind of like took away a Lon Lon, and then it flew off into the sky towards the moon.
Oh yes. Yes, Larry was the lucky one tonight.
Is Larry going to come back?
No, Larry went to Lon Lon Land. See, sometimes we come out and they pick one very special Lon Lon to go to Lon Lon Land, and then we never see that Lon Lon ever again.
How do you know it's like such a special place if they don't come back and tell you what it was like?
Because they don't come back. If it wasn't a nice place, they would come back. Would you come back if it was a nice place?
I might, if I had friends here and family here.
But there's friends and family there too. All the other Lon Lons that went to Lon Lon Land.
How many have gone to Lon Lon Land?
More than 2.
More than the 3 of you?
I can't count past 2. But
okay, so there's
3
of you out here right now.
A lot of 2s have gone. More than 2 2s. More than 2 2s.
It's not good. Do the people who come and feed you and everything act like that's normal?
The people, like the nice woman?
Yes, the nice woman. Does she check to see how many of you were out here when she first comes out in the morning, or is she like, oh, and just plays with the rest of you?
Well, A nice lady comes in the morning, and all of us that didn't get to go to Lon Lon Land go back with the other Lon Lons, and then maybe next time we go.
Is the thing that take the long longs? Does it come like every night, or is it just like once in a while?
Oh, once in a while, like once every 2 nights. Sometimes
Okay.
two nights. I don't know. 2.
It's okay. It actually gave me quite a bit of information. Anything else from you?
What do you know about Lon Lon Land?
It's magical. They take you to a special place where you get to spend time with all your friends and family that you don't see anymore, and it's so nice that you never want to come back.
And who told you this about Lon Lon Land?
Oh, the Lon Lons we just know. And
you all know about Lon Lon Land even though you've never been there?
Well, you see, the nice man, he comes and he goes, "Okay, who wants to go to Lon Lon Land?" And like we just kind of like rush up, like me, and it's just like, so sometimes he puts, a number of us out that I think is 2, and one of us gets chosen to go to Lon Lon Land.
So when you speak of this nice man, you describe kind of what he looks like?
Yeah, he's the guy that spends all the time with the horses.
So Malon's uncle.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Horses go to Lon Lon Land?
What was that?
The horses go to Lon Lon Land?
No, horses aren't allowed to go to Lon Lon Land. Just Lon Lons.
I figured.
I think I got enough information. Do you?
I just am thinking if the Lon Lon Land is so magical, maybe that is where we're looking at the wizard school.
I think that you're jealous and you don't know about Lon Lon Land. Lon Lon Land is the best land ever.
Can you describe it in intimate detail to me?
No, because I've never been there. But if it was bad, they'd come back and they'd be like, "This is bad. We don't want to go there anymore." But they go and they don't come back.
If you can get one person to describe it in like really good detail based on all this stories and mythology and stuff like that, I'd try to take you there.
Well, if somebody came back, we could do that. But see, if I could tell you right now, if I ever got chosen, I wouldn't come back.
Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't. And I am, well, maybe we'll see you in Lon Lon Land. And what's your name, by the way?
Lucas.
Lucas.
See, I mean, well, think about it. Do you know what happens to the Lon Lons here?
No.
Well,
what happened?
You should, because you're wearing my buddy.
Oh, but he's in a better place.
No, yeah, in the stew pot. They made him into stew.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry for you, man.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
I'm better him than me.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it to Lon Lon Land one day.
Now I'm feeling kind of guilty, like I want to save you all. But I don't know if I'd be saving you for helping you. I don't know if I'd be saving you if I just
We don't need
sent you all
saving.
to Long
Yeah.
Land. What do you think, Lito? Are we good here?
We need to go talk to the uncle. Or talk to Mel to see if she knows.
Okay.
Well, it's been nice talking with you.
It has been.
Is there anything? Is there anything we didn't ask about that you're like, oh, I really need to tell them about this?
Yes. What comes after 2?
Oh, it's been nice talking with you.
Okay.
Which reminds me, I have something I have to do today. I go running back. And I ask Malin about the missing cows and see how she reacts.
It's just, there's no Lon Lons missing.
Duff and saw one disappear.
But it didn't disappear. It was a gift.
To
See,
who?
that I don't entirely feel like I know the answer to. See, for a while now, there's just been an understanding that when this vehicle, the contraption, flight machine, whatever you want to call it, comes out of the sky, every once in a while, we give them a Lon Lon, and in return, the ranch is protected. I mean,
Aren't you going to run out of Lon Lon sooner or later?
No, we have a fairly good surplus of animals here. Then we do good for ourselves, and quite honestly, I mean, we live in a society that is based on trade. Whether or not we, take cattle to the market or have an exchange for protection or whatever, it's all transactional. And being out here, in the field so isolated, it helps to have somebody watching over you. And quite honestly, even though we don't know much about our benefactors, we do know that we have been protected and looked after.
Can I chime in? So you have actually been protected, right? This isn't like a gang protection thing where you don't actually get anything. But okay.
No, this is legit. This is not like some type of weird, shakedown from the sky. Like, outside of Lon Lon Ranch, understand that in Hyrule Field there aren't just bandits, but there are wild animals and things that would steal our and kill and drag away our horses and cattle and cuckoos. And as long as we have kept up with our end of the bargain, the ranch has been wholly protected.
Okay, I feel bad for this, but can I insight just to make sure she's 100%
Absolutely.
I need this one to be high. And it's not.
Insight 9. Currently, with an insight of 9, there is absolutely nothing indicating that she is being in any way dishonest.
Honestly, I don't think no need for cookies. I think Deacon would just believe her.
Fair.
I think that's it. If you guys are okay with it for right now, we'll check back in with you and see if something goes on. Or do you know the next time they're supposed to come?
I mean, we I mean, not specifically. It kind of, we tend to anticipate around an approximation of a full moon. There are a number of days that, when it gets close to the full moon, we'll keep a couple cattle outside in the grazing field, and there will often be a number of days where nothing changes, but sometimes we'll wake up in the morning and there will be a Lon Lon missing, and then we know that we're good till the next cycle.
Okay. That's good enough for me. And I look down at Deacon and go, we have numbers and letters to learn.
Yay! It's one of them, Lon Lon.
I can definitely make it, Lon Lon.
All right, so
Ellen, it's a pleasure to her hand. I kiss her on the top of her hand and go, but I have to teach Deacon how to read and write, so if you'll excuse me.
Deacon cheerfully exclaims, "Hooked on phonics."
All right. So, in getting ready to turn in for the night, we have Deacon and Lido, who are studying and teaching how to read. And I'm going to mark that. And you are getting close. You are getting very close. You are more than halfway there.
Woo!
I'm just
Nice,
gonna,
hell yeah.
the way that I'm going to do is I'm just going to narrate it one day where I'm like, Deacon wakes up and he realizes he can read. Like, that's how I'm going to narrate it.
Hell yeah. It can't get better than that, honestly.
He just wakes up and just starts reading road signs as he travels. It's like, oh, I can read. All right, so
that's basically how it happened to me as a kid.
All right, so Gully, is there for the hour before turn-in or any subsequent hours, because I know you have a significant con boost, is there anything in particular that you would like to do prior to getting ready for bed, or is there anything that you would like to do in any respect to that?
No, he's got a full belly. I mean, no, he's good.
All right, full belly, well fed, day of adventure, good storytelling, good people. Can't go wrong with that. Glad to hear it. All right, and then stuff, and you have had a night full of all sorts of encounters. Is there anything that you would like to do before turning in for the night?
I mean, I don't think so. I wish there was something he could do. You know what he's going to do? He's just going to go out and stargaze for a while before he goes to sleep.
Just kind of like looking at the stars in general, or keeping an eye out for anything in particular?
Well, I mean, he's looking in general, but if he sees anything of note, there's not much moving up there, but if he sees anything moving, he'll get curious.
Okay. So, let me see. No, there's nothing I can throw in there yet. Okay, so spend some time stargazing, finding it very relaxing. Turbe and Belle just kind of, after having a nice full meal, they decide to kind of just, especially after the conversation, kind of solidifying the fact that Lon Lon Ranch is safe. They decide to kind of walk around, kind of work off that full belly, pet a couple horses. Maybe look for a couple of cuckoo eggs or something, but just kind of take in the atmosphere of the farm life before everyone, at the end of the night, converges in the hayloft. Lido, do you spend the night with the party? Lido?
Yes, I sleep with them. I also turn into a giant badger so that way they can use me as like a headrest.
Nice.
All right, sounds good. Okay. Okay, so everyone turns into the night. Everyone has a restful night for the most part. As the night continues, Iturbe has another dream. And I will end like the session with this explanation, but this is something that will be explained and witnessed by the party the following morning. But Iturbe, just as the previous night, is awoken, and he is alone in the hayloft. He instinctively looks for Belle, who is not there. And he panics and rushes towards the stairs descending from the hayloft. And when he gets there, he realizes that the stairs leading down beneath him, there is nothing but a sea of blackness. And he feels he has nowhere to go, nowhere to turn. And in the distance, he hears it. It starts off very faint, very quiet, boom, boom. And it gets louder. And he starts to go into a full-blown panic, and in the moment before he wakes up, a hand comes from the darkness and wraps its hand around his ankle and starts to pull at him into the darkness. And he feels helpless, that he can't fight it. He tries to grab on to anything. There's nothing. His hands claw into the wooden planks on the floor. But he's still being pulled down the stairs into the darkness. And right as he gasps for his final bit of air before becoming fully enveloped, he wakes up. And we will start the next session on that morning. So, it's finally happening.
It's finally happening. We're going to kick him down the Eagle Well.
It is. I have used the terminology, this will take days to happen. And we got our first glimpse at the start of the session where Iturbe had done his, where he had his first bad dream. And now he has had his second dream where Bongo Bongo has made physical contact within the dream and is actively trying to suck him in and come back using Iturbe as his phylactery, and we will. This is only the second day, but we will start the next session off with what type of physical manifestation happened as a result of this altercation. We will, and I will be completely clear that we still have days ahead of us before we hit the final recorruption and resurrection of Bongo Bongo. We still have days ahead of us. Not saying how many, but we still do have multiple days. But we are going to go on this journey with Iturbe. We are going to see what happens, as he is the only unwilling phylactery of the entire campaign at this point. So, we had an awesome session. I loved going through the events of Lon Lon Ranch. I loved the going down memory lane, and I am going to thoroughly enjoy talking about all of these things next week during our chat session.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yes.
So, no stretch there. So, anybody have any parting words before we shut down for the night? All right. So, fair. All right. So I want to thank again everyone for tuning in. I want to thank everyone who tunes in when we post this on our YouTube. Once I get this properly uploaded onto YouTube, we will make posts on our Facebook page and on our Discord. So if you are not part of those things, definitely get on those things so we can absolutely stay, so you can stay as up to date and in contact as possible. It has been a blast. This episode has had just the right amount of everything, in my opinion. So, so Gully, Deacon, Lido, Stuffin, thank you guys for being a part of this. Obviously could not do it without you guys, and I love, I have missed this because it has been 3 weeks since we have had a session. So, and I hope that everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving as well. So, look forward to continuing this in 2 weeks. If you'd like to hear any teasers, any kind of like back information as to what's happened this session, definitely tune in next week. And if not, hit the link for the link tree that is in our chat right now and get on our Discord, join our Discord, join our Facebook group, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and whatever buttons it prompts you to press them all. So, so thank you again, guys. I hope you have a
Thanks,
happy... Thank you. And I hope you have a happy, healthy, and safe time in between episodes, and we'll see you soon. So until then, bye.
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 Bye.